Everybody's in.
Yeah.
Yay!
All right. So to recap, it's been a while, so we're gonna have a brief little recap. So you have been called to your Task Force Alpha, along with the rest of your ship, the Dawn Treader, to respond to armed rebellion on this planet. This planet being Dorgasso Prime. Now, Dorgasso Prime is the one of only planets in the entire galaxy that has a very rich and very deep vein of adamantine, which is extremely valuable and extremely rare substance in the entire galaxy. It is also the hardest substance in the galaxy, so it's super coveted by military use. That being said, it's extremely hard to mine. So the miners have been given access to small yield nuclear devices to effectively blast mine it out of the mine. Now that being said, once to skip a couple of years into this operation, and the Federation is made. Okay, now the miners, there's like a council of 13 like elders, quote unquote, that like basically manage the miners down here, and they got together and they decided to take a vote on whether they wanted to join the Federation or not, because this planet operates inside the Dysphoria, which is a kind of like a bunch of like it's an asteroid belt where all the free like worlds sit. So they decided unanimously that they were going to join the Federation. Problem with that being is that the corporation legally owns the planet and the mining claims. So they didn't exactly like the miners wanting to join the Federation, so they said no. Well, the miners didn't take too kindly to that, so they decided armed rebellion was the only way they were going to get the corporation to listen to them. Well, the corporation responded in kind by sending armed forces down to the planet in the form of some highly trained mercenaries. A couple of weeks of fighting go on. About a couple thousand people are dead. They decide it's not worth the fighting anymore, so they decide to call in the nearest military presence to help mediate and be a third party. Well, that just so happens to be us, the Federation. So, irony. So the Federation struck a deal with the corporation. We will go to the planet. We will sort out the rebellion if they allow us to bring anybody who hasn't killed any personnel, i.e. like the mercenaries or any corporate like personnel, with us after we're done with the operation here, and the miners that want to stay can stay. And obviously anybody who's committed any crimes will turn over to the corporation for, you know, their due punishment. Now that was before we showed up. When we showed up, we got some extra information that the rebellion, sitting there stewing in its own crap, hasn't realized that we're here yet, so they cooked up a crazy plan. Those small yield nuclear devices, they figured out that they could just hobble together just a bunch of them and make one very large yield nuclear device. So they have something that amounts to about a 50 megaton thermonuclear device somewhere on the planet that we're pretty sure they're going to try to smuggle to the space station, to the corporate space station, and fucking turn it to space dust.
So, that seems really unfortunate.
Let me get this straight. They want to join the Federation. The corporations don't want them to. They were fighting on the ground, and they called in the Federation to mediate a truce.
Yeah. See, we're the closest we were the closest military like power that was like bigger than the corporation. So yeah, it's a bit of a fucky situation.
So you do realize we get down there, and the people down there, even the rebels, they won't take too kindly to us just telling them to stop and fuck off.
Well, we're not telling them to fuck off. We're going to give them an ultimatum. It's basically stop fighting and come with us, and you know, you can join the Federation. It's basically what this is going to be, but we have to sort out who's killed whom, if at all, and you know, figure out where this giant nuclear device is and kind of diffuse the whole situation.
So basically, we're going to tell people to leave their homes or go to prison. That's great.
Or die.
Yeah, or die in a giant fucking nuclear fireball.
I mean, there are worse alternatives to prison.
That being said, if you guys look at the map, you'll see OP Horizon. Now, OP
Mhm.
Horizon is an
The text is really
outpost.
small.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. You can, if you want to, you can zoom into the map.
I have an out of character question. You have a second.
Yeah.
So, from what I remember, this has been so long at this point. I thought the Federation was the quote unquote governing body in this sector we're in, basically.
It is, but the dysphoria is outside their jurisdiction.
Okay, because I was gonna say, under what authority does this corporation technically have rule of the planet?
They own the planet through basically open market purchase and trade. Basically, they
Okay.
bought the planet. They have the official title, quote unquote, to the planet. It'd be like owning a house, effectively.
hmm
They bought it.
But I'm saying they would have bought it under the old system, right? So with the Federation being the new system, would we still recognize that?
Yeah, we have to, because if we don't, then we look like the bad guys.
Okay.
That's the whole point. A lot of this is just politics. Like, it would be super simple for us to just be like, no, fuck off. You're corporate pig dogs. We're going to fucking take these people and leave, right? But then that makes the Federation look like press ganging bad guys. And so
Mhm.
that's going to strain our relationship with anybody who's on the edge
I
of
gotcha.
joining us in the future. So a lot of this is just fucking politics.
So in character, is there any reason necessarily why we're not just transmitting a signal down there, telling them that we're coming and we're Federation to grab those who wish to come with us, those who wish to stay are welcome to do so? Would make our job simpler, it would seem.
It would, right? But then there's still the idea that they have a fucking giant nuclear device down there somewhere. And the thing is, with armed rebellion, if you get worked up to the point where you're basically ready to die, because that's what's going to happen. They're going to ship that up to this fucking space station and just vaporize it. By the way, the space station is bigger than than the Dawn Treader. It's bigger than your carrier, but it's not as big as the Atlas. So like if they're boiling down to kill thousands of innocent people just to send a message, basically, I don't think they're going to stop just because we showed up. That being said, OP Horizon there at the top of the mountain is a detachment of 1,000 Veshk Marines that are part of the Federation. They dropped in on the dark side of the planet to kind of mask their approach. Their ship that brought them here is a destroyer it's a Veshk destroyer that's out there in about 30 minutes away by sublight speeds. Out in the dysphoria. So the corporation doesn't know they're here. And the idea is if we go down there and the corporation decides, hey, fuck you guys, we're gonna just betray you, basically. Or if for some reason communication breaks down or diplomacy breaks down between us and the rebels and they decide to fight us, we've got military control of the planet effectively.
About
Our job given to us by the captain and the commander of the Marines is we're going to be taking up the Dwarven settlement. So basically what they're doing is they're just screening all of the settlements, all of the shipments coming from the surface to the corporate space station, yeah. Because they don't want them to be hiding, a giant bomb in one of those fucking shuttles. So our job is just to go down to the Dwarven settlement and see what we can see. Now, Task Force Bravo and Charlie, the newly formed Bravo, mind you, and Charlie are going to be at the Dwarven settlement, and they're going to, deal with all the screening. You guys are tasked with going down the Emerald Highway into the Dwarven Mind to see about discerning who would want to join us and come back with us. You're going to be our liaison officers, basically. So good luck with that. Dwarves are kind of abrasive. to say the least.
And stubborn. Very,
So bad.
very stubborn.
Lovely.
Given the nature of this sounds very diplomatic, does that mean that we're supposed to be weapons cold until such a point as we find armed rebellion, or?
ISA, rules of engagement would be...
Don't fire unless fired upon.
Well, you got to think a lot of these people are probably innocent, caught in the crossfire. I don't want to kill anyone we don't have to.
Again, partially why I suggested we beam down a comm link so that they might be able to clear out, make our job easier.
To which,
the
at this
city
point, the commander will kind of like lean really close to you guys. Like, the other idea is why we're not beaming down a transmission is because the corporation will pick up on the transmission and will be able to intercept and hear what we're saying. The idea is even if they have killed anybody, we're going to take them with us anyway. we can't-
Noted.
We can't prove it otherwise, right? It was weeks worth of fighting, thousands of people involved. Like, unless you've got like every square inch of this planet with a camera on it, which is impossible, there's no way you're gonna know who's killed whom.
What's
Are
the
we to
evac
unofficial? Go ahead.
What's the evac plan, sir, for the amount of colonists that might come with us? It could be one, it could be a couple hundred.
Well, the Atlas can take on a couple. Obviously, the destroyer that's with the Marines could also take on a couple. Maybe about. Let's see. I think the Atlas said they could take on about 500 before they would reach capacity that is dangerous. We could easily take on about 200-300 before we reach dangerous levels. The destroyer's about the same way. That brought the Marines about 200-300. So all in all, we could probably only take about 1,000, maybe about 1,200 colonists with us. In this one go. Obviously, if there's more that want to come, we could always call in backup from any other ships in the area, and then they just.
What's our plan for an evac zone? I mean, we obviously don't want to.
Because
Obviously for you guys, it's going to be a little tricky because you guys are going to be in the mine, and as far as I'm aware, the mine's extremely deep down underground, so comms are going to be very local. You're not going to be able to penetrate. Like, once you're in the mine, you're on your own. That's how that's going to work. You'll be able to talk to each other, but talking to us all the way back here at the settlement is going to be fucking impossible. So what's got to happen there is you guys are going to just have to find who you want or find out who is going to be coming with us and just get them back to the settlement, because obviously we're going to be controlling the spaceport inside the settlement.
A squad of this many escorting possibly hundreds of people through the mines. Where are you planning on having the evac ships touch down, sir?
At the settlement, obviously, but we could have them. We could have them some close to the mine. There's a problem with the dwarves. This makes this very tricky, right? Because the settlement for the dwarves is above ground, sort of. The spaceport part of it is above ground. The rest of it is below ground. So the Emerald Highway and the fucking the mine and the rest of the settlement where all the living quarters are completely underground. So getting in and getting out is going to be a fucking bitch. It's going to be a nightmare. I understand. It's going to be a clusterfuck. But there's nothing else we can do about it.
Just once I would like an open field with like big towers or some shit. That'd be great. But no.
Yeah, that'd be lovely.
With enough explosives, anything's an open field.
You right?
To which the commander will look between the two of you and go, "Don't collapse mine, please."
Oh, come on.
But if everybody's out, what does it matter?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Val.
So, like a week after we'd played last time, I remember we had come together and made a small group ship and we already paid all the cost for it. Is that completed at this point?
Yeah, it could be completed, yeah.
Okay. For what it's worth, if we need evac for smaller numbers, myself, Madani, Fixer, and I believe, what was your NPC's
Thrax.
name? Thrax. We put together a small ship that is controlled by an AI that can be used for extracting small numbers, but anything more than around could probably hold around 50 to 80, uncomfortably, mind you, but as a means of escape, it would function.
Talking about our ship plan or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we'd finished it technically, so
Perfect.
Yeah, whatever the fuck this is. I think it's got like one. Yeah, it's got one set of passengers, and I think.
but we also have cargo bays, which they could technically sit in.
Yeah.
If we were really uncomfortable.
Why are we dabbing?
Is the shuttle?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not. It is a shuttle. Okay. So it's just one
Yeah,
of the
it is
shuttles.
actually a shuttle.
All right. Well then, 'cause my ship doesn't have any
Are we anticipating any resistance?
control from far away. I have no remote control of my ship, but I do have a shuttle as well. We can probably fit in maybe another 40 to 50. 9 if need be. It's pretty empty.
But do you have remote control on yours? Is what
No,
we're
that's the
trying
only
to talk about
problem. It
here.
have to be down there. It have to be down there. Like last,
Mhm.
someone could fly it down, and then just this last resort. There's nothing
Are we
else.
anticipating any rebel resistance for evacuees? I mean, if we start evacuating en masse,
The idea is that some of them will be rebels, so obviously, hopefully not. But I mean, if the rebels are hell bent on destroying everything the corporation stands for, and they aren't going to listen to reason, yeah, of course. But
It's
again,
just-
don't be fired. Don't fire unless fired upon. And if it's the rebels that shoot at you, you
I
are
suggest-
military personnel. I suggest you use your training wisely.
So out of character question, just about the map. Each check says 1 day, right? 1 day's travel.
By vehicle.
holy
Right.
shit!
Vehicle.
What if we
Monka ass.
teleport?
So
What
it's
if we
like 2
teleport?
days by like foot then.
No, it's like so. It's each is 1 day by foot. Yeah. Each is 1 day by foot, and then like it's half a day by vehicle. If you're on the road, it's a quarter a day by
It's
vehicle.
19 squares to the claim.
Yep. Now that being said, by starship, each hex is 10 minutes because sublight speeds are disgusting. Zoom. But you can't fit a starship on the Emerald Highway, so you'll be taking rover basically.
Is not the. So I guess the tunnel entrance into the mines is also underground.
Yes.
Lovely.
That's why if you look at all the other claims, they don't have roads leading to them because they use fucking shuttles and shit to transport all their material and stuff because the entrance to the mine is above ground. The dwarves were like, you know what, screw it. We're just gonna take the whole operation underground so we don't have to like dig like down into the mountain to get to the fucking like stuff. Plus dwarves like living underground. So there you go.
Wait, so the highway is the highway underground as well?
Yes.
Oh Jesus!
Kill me.
How fucking long did it take him to make that?
Took
No.
them fucking forever. But
So they kind of just like dug straight into the mountain, essentially.
yep.
Great.
Because they're dwarves.
Fucking dwarves.
Fucking
racist.
dwarves. Don't actually fuck dwarves, but you know, fuck dwarves.
Still racist.
Still racist.
I heard about this from my professor. Jesus Christ, this is a nightmare for extraction purposes.
Yeah, because like the highway, I've heard is only about wide enough for 4 vehicles, 2 going to the mine, 2 going back from the mine. So I mean, easily blocked.
Some areas might not even be that wide.
What kind of
It's disgusting how small they can get those things.
Well, no,
Yeah,
I
they're
mean
built
it's
in all
actually
the way.
fairly. So from what
Is it-
I understand, it's actually fairly.
It's
It's
been
fair-
fairly. It's built
Yeah.
out then.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
been fairly calculated and like built through. Like it's
Alright.
4 wide all the way through. It's just even through all the twists and turns, you can fit 4 vehicles. Even in all the twists and turns, it's just if it's only big enough for 4 rovers, basically 4 transport rovers, like 2 going out and 2 going in, right?
So wait,
it
how
would-
big is
it-
a rover?
I think a rover's like 6 feet wide or 8 feet wide and like 10 feet long or 12 feet long.
Is it like a truck?
Okay.
A small truck then?
It's basically a small truck.
Okay.
But the problem with that is like how easy is that to fucking blockade?
Way too easy. One
Exactly.
explosion from the top could just poof, take out the
Well,
entire thing.
it'd be a couple explosions. Dwarves aren't stupid. They understand. They've
Well, it
apparently-
depends. The closer you get to the Northern Settlement, the easier it's going to be to actually like
Yeah.
impact it because it's close to the surface, obviously.
Right.
Anything
prob-
like anything passive.
The dwarves aren't dumb when it comes to building underground, considering their society has lived underground for eons.
Oh, and they have side tunnels, no doubt, built in there for
Yeah.
just people to walk.
The issue that I'm going to see with that is blockading, say, just taking a couple of cars, like a couple of rovers deep, just setting them sideways in there. It makes an impossible blockade.
So you said, sir, that our rules of engagement were only to fire unless fired upon, but let's assume that we have refugees that want to come with us to evacuate in the Dwarven settlement, but the Emerald Highway does have a blockade. Are we authorized to remove the blockade and destroy property to complete our mission?
Yes, you are. If your task is impeded by any means by corporation or rebels alike, you are authorized to destroy property. Just try to keep casualties to a minimum, both on your side and the enemy side. I'm more worried about the enemy than I am you, but
Just kind of rubbing my temple. Roger that. That's gonna be a pain in the dick hole, but you know, that's what I signed up for, I guess.
are we all clear? We good to go planet side?
I'll give you like a
So,
half salute.
Yeah.
so do we know where the nuclear device is?
We don't. That's what we're also here to ascertain. We're hoping it's not with the dwarves, but
Any chance you've got radiation detectors laying around we can have?
actually, yes.
Lovely. If we're looking for a nuclear device, it'd be handy to have some of those. And I don't want to die of radiation fucking poison before I'm 50.
There's a pillow for that. You'll be fine.
That's unfortunately it's the suppository.
This is
It's,
true.
and it's really large.
It actually really
It's-
is no joke.
It's fine. I hear he's into butt stuff.
Yet another reason to carry radiation detectors with us.
That's Bandit.
In addition, if we're to be going in these mines and our signal will be cut off for communications, as you claim, do we have any spare relays lying about that we could use in case of emergency?
We could.
I'm sure we can always tap into the Emerald Highway communications infrastructure, and I'm sure they have a way to communicate with the Dwarven settlement. We're going to
They
set up
do.
a relay
Mhm.
at the Dwarven settlement itself to communicate directly with the ship and just patch in through that. I mean,
Oh, I lied. An all-terrain transport is 10 feet wide and 20 feet long, and 7 feet high.
It's like a semi-truck.
So it's basically a truck. So that means the whole Emerald Highway, like width-wise, is about 60 feet wide. That's not bad.
so I think the first plan, we get down to the Dwarven settlement, set up a good relay, so when we actually enter the Emerald Highway, we don't lose comms with the ship.
The relay might sending messages to the relay and then sending it to us might have a bit of lag. Just keep that in mind.
Noted.
No worries.
Okay. Well,
All right.
then you can take your Geiger counters, basically, and
Thank you. Strap it to my shoulder there.
send you on your way. Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Shit.
So, who here knows how to speak Dwarven?
Ha!
You just grab it. I mean, they probably don't speak common, but we can try.
Well,
Nope,
I
everybody.
do if need comes up, but
Well, that's
Everybody. Comment.
two of us that can speak Dwarven then, so
They speak Flame Dushko.
I mean,
Yeah,
everybody
most-
speaks Flame Dashko.
everyone does, so
So you guys descend into the Dwarven settlement.
so we're
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to the Dwarven so just clarify it. OP Horizon is where the contingent of the best soldiers are.
Yep.
And then we are being settled at we're going to Dwarven settlement.
Yep, you guys are descending into the Dwarven settlement because
And
the
we're
only
going
way.
on our own ships then?
I mean, you can to descend into the settlement if you want. You could also just descend with the rest of the task force.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
I mean, is there landing spots for all of our ships if we decide to take them? Like, how big
There
is this?
would. I mean,
spaceport?
yes, there would be. There would be. It's a fairly large spaceport.
There are advantages to that.
Yeah, if there's space to take my own ship, I'll do it.
Okay. Then you guys decide to...
I will brave flying my own ship.
Well, I'm just trying to think what would be the most optimal way to do this. So, who can fly their ship remotely?
I can fly our shuttle remotely, and then Madani is able to fly her solo fighter remotely as well.
I believe I can fly.
Because you can.
Oh
I
my God.
think we should leave everyone's else ships behind, other than the ones who can fly remotely. Just
All right, which one of those remotely piloted ships has guns on it?
both. of
Not
them.
missiles, actual like bullety laser guns or whatever.
They both do.
All right, good to know. We have gunship support if we need it.
Is that probably underground?
Well, I'm saying you never know, contingency and all.
Yeah, I would love to take my ship because it's probably the least threatening. It would look like it's a science vessel. So,
My ship would be capable of transporting out anyone of value without being detected.
I think I'll leave my ship there and give access to one of the commanders if he needs, or lieutenants, whatever. If we can get them down, bring it down, and if we need extra ships for getting out of there, that could be an option. So who has shuttles? I have a shuttle.
I have a shuttle.
And then our group has a shuttle.
Okay, so Kai, Face, and I should leave our ships with someone up here to, if need be, pilot them down as extra escape vessels, because they can fit extra people on there in them. So that's what I suggest. And then we take down, go down either in. Probably should go down in two different vessels. One in transport pod we came in, and another one in ship of. Tyler, what's your character's name again?
Gene.
Jin.
Gene. Gene.
Oh, Gene's ship, so that because it is pilotable.
Fucking everybody forgetting each other's names. Do you just want to post them in the fucking chat?
Yeah, that's why I have mine up as shade.
I'm gonna repost
Or
the
you
fucking
can just
image.
post on the
I'll
bottom
do it.
where our
Just
names are. Just post your fucking name and your characters.
like I did, and like
Tag.
Donkey did.
That's what I did. Shades right there.
I know, but
Yeah, it's like put who's actually like in Discord name, so you can fucking see.
Oh,
real
true.
talk.
But this isn't. I mean,
I'm not
this
changing my
is-
nickname because it's just the whole Discord, not just
This is for the whole Discord. This is not a
Yeah.
specific one. Unfortunately.
Giddy pop.
Fucking wolf in the back, just like popping off.
I also pasted the title image in Discord, so you can just reference that if you want. So there's that.
I realized today that I'm Twitch chat incarnate.
You
I couldn't
definitely
be more happy.
are.
So you're a salty AG person, huh?
Oh yeah,
Don't
man.
have that.
No hugs for you, Erminkley, not with that thing.
It's Jerry.
Oh yeah, that's right. That is Jerry.
Is that Jerry? Why is Jerry a face hugger?
Because he is a face hugger.
He has a Christmas hat.
I guess that makes him okay.
Jerry is actually a face hugger. He's just like an intelligent like bio construct.
Don't worry, we talked to him. He's fine.
All right. Just...
Didn't he ask us what is love?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Twitch respawn,
that's
baby, don't
weird.
hurt me. Yeah.
Yes. You did.
Oh,
You memed him. He asked you a legitimate question and you memed him.
Feels bad, man. Jerry.
Poor Jerry.
So we're gonna land individually, I assume.
No, we're gonna land.
I mean, you guys are all landing at the same time. You all leave the fucking hangar bay at the
Well,
same
like
time.
I was just
to get
suggesting,
launched.
land. We just take one shuttle that can be remotely transported in the transport ship, just so that we have extra space. Essentially, is all. And then two people who had shuttles.
Extra thick.
Yeah, leave the keys up top, or leave spare keys up top for someone to pilot down in case.
I'm gonna play Backstreet Boys.
On your way
Yeah, the
down.
plan
Oh
was
yeah,
to-
we also. Oh, I don't know if you were here for that, but we also decided that 80s like science retro shit or sci-fi retro was like the canon. So
The in genre at the moment. Yep.
yeah, it's sci-fi retro is definitely a thing.
So is anyone agree with the plan that I've laid out for these for ships?
Sounds good to me.
Sure, I'll intercept. I don't give a fuck.
All right.
Our ship's going regardless, so it doesn't affect us regardless.
All right. So that's what we do then.
Do we need my ship to transport anybody?
Well,
we
we're
think
going to
we're
leave your ship and my ship, which are shuttles. We're going to leave basically our spare keys, quote unquote, with some pilots up in the ships, so that just in case they need we need extra space, we can fly down our shuttles quickly. So. Get rid of. We're going to need more space. Actually, I think our space and your ship and my ship are probably the least threatening, I'm guessing.
My ship is very basic.
Yeah, my ship's like a science vessel, so it's disguised as a science vessel.
I do have a
Sorry.
DC-35 smuggling bay.
Hold on, but while I go look up some
For reasons.
I think mine's like a
spooky stuff
DC 25 to hack or something like that.
stuff in the archive.
Sakari said 35's damn near impossible, right?
Yeah, I mean it's not damn near impossible, but like you'd have to be like super crazy trained.
I
Super
think mine's like a
crazy
DC
trained.
25 to hack or something like that. See, Aurora shit.
Because basically everyone will take 20 to look, but unless they have a 15 mod, they can't actually find it. So.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
My job is finding people and making them disappear.
Yeah, I have like one science lab and 2 cargo bays and a common crew quarters. That's it.
Monka ass.
Monka S.
Literally, I am a science vessel.
So how are we landing here? You're just gonna
I should have a DC 25 to
slam
hack. Or is
into
that
the
just my
ground.
computer
Really hard.
has a DC 25 to hack. I'm checking here.
That's how you land a ship, right?
I mean, that's how I
Yeah,
land
DC
things.
25.
Slam hard into the ground. Isn't a landing just a controlled fall?
Hey, any landing you can walk away from is a good landing, right?
True.
Any landing that you can take off from is a good landing.
Not necessarily.
And yeah, any landing you can walk away from is a good landing.
I don't agree, but that's okay.
All right, so you guys land at the settlement. It's kind of it's like a you get the feeling when you land there that this is usually like a bustling spaceport. Ships going in, ships going out. Stuff constantly in rotation, products constantly moving. But like as of recently, it seems a little. It looks like that it's trying to do that, but it's a little stressed. Mostly because you guys or your 2 task force are kind of like Bravo and Charlie are kind of screening basically every single goddamn crate that comes into that port. So, and it's a lot because the dwarves here don't just mine adamantine; they mine basically everything. They only sell the adamantine to the corporation. They sell everything else that they mine out of there on the open market. So there's corporation ships here. There's other ships from other nations that you haven't seen. Stuff like that. There are some from Eox here, actually.
All right, so settle into a landing pattern and.
Yep, you guys descend down. There's a lot of chatter on air traffic, but they direct you to like landing pad 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Lovely.
I'm taking 3.
Take her in smooth.
Madonna, you pick.
Where are we going?
Down to the dwarven settlement. God, do you not listen to anything?
Okay.
Tom said that we have landing platforms 3, 4, 5, and 6. Base is already taking 3, so pick 4, 5, or 6.
6.
6 is the number of the beast.
Kept playing on over the comms.
Yeah.
Monka S.
Wow, sure taking a long time to descend through Atmo. This is great.
So yeah. You guys take landing pads. Okay.
Oh, sorry, we crashed.
Oh,
we're all dead.
Rough. You guys descend through the fucking atmosphere. You get in easy enough. Departing is a bit interesting. You guys get out onto the landing pad, and the Port Authority is kind of like directs you guys to like come with them. You guys kind of like take an elevator down, and it's like an open face elevator. And as you're coming down the elevator, it opens up into basically like a subterranean fucking like palace. Basically, it's fucking nuts. Like there's just people running to and fro. There's like an open marketplace, stuff like that, where people are selling goods. And there's obviously a lot of your guys are here, like a lot of Federation soldiers are here. Obviously, you know, Bravo and Charlie here, but also Echo's here. You guys have the whole spaceport on lockdown, basically. There's nowhere you can go inside the spaceport without being within eye or earshot of somebody from a task force.
That's good to know.
Oh lord.
Literally, because we are members of the task force.
Aha!
What if I take my own eyes out?
Ooh, rough.
You'd still be within earshot, though.
Remove the ears as well.
Rough.
Roof.
So you guys get directed to basically like a giant fucking motor pool where there's a bunch, and I do mean a bunch, of fucking rovers, transports. They're basically all-terrain transports, and they kind of like direct you inside, and you meet like a very gruff looking, even for a dwarf, red-haired dwarf.
Sorry, I
kinda-
missed that.
He kind of looks at you too, looks over all of you like very quickly, and just goes, "Eh."
Oh, nice to meet you too.
Take it you're here to go to the mine and inspect it and all that. Make sure we don't have any. And he kind of like flaps his arms, kind of there. Bombs.
Part of our mission, yes.
Pretty much.
You know, this is gonna slow production down, and I hate that, but I guess I gotta let you through because, like, it's gonna look bad if I don't. So,
May I roll sense motive, trying to see if he's trying to dissuade us from going for some reason?
yeah, go for it.
And then I think we get to automatically add like an extra like 1d6 something to this, right?
I believe so.
yes.
Yes. If you're the envoy.
Could I also do that?
Yeah, I mean, you don't know this motherfucker. You might as well.
And some motive.
Do you have to be trained in that to do this?
No, you do. If you want to roll, you can. All right. So that's what 13.
22 is the highest.
Well, we have 3 people with
22?
a.
You can't do 1d6.
22.
That's for an envoy thing, Necro.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Necro's an envoy thing, but an 18 is fine. Yeah. Bandit face, you guys are like, okay, he's not bullshitting us. Silver Tongue, you're like, all right, whatever. Like for a second there, you're like, maybe he's trying. He's just a fucking angry dwarf.
Sure.
That's racist.
God,
Angry
never-
dwarf.
So he just kind of motions you to out into the motor pool. And you see when you guys walk out there, you're met by a very young looking, like bright-eyed, bushy-tailed dwarf. Clean shaven, in
Bushy-tailed
fact.
dwarf.
Yeah, and clean shaven, in fact.
Interesting.
Yeah. Kind of looks at all of you kind of eagerly, and he's like, all right, well, are you ready to go to the mine?
Are you our guide?
Yeah, absolutely. I fucking love this.
We're all gonna die.
Well, that
Hey,
was an
don't say
obvious
that.
one.
We don't know. Look,
Now you jinxed us.
I'm sure you're a lovely guide. All right.
I mean, it's my job. I take everybody into the mine. Well, I mean, all the visitors, anyway.
Quick question, Sakara. Is anyone in charge, in particular, of this dwarven settlement? Because I figure if we're trying to get people that want to come with us, leave, we would have like said something to whoever's in charge. Said, "Hey, we're taking volunteers." Like, what was our first priority? The nuke.
Your
before
first
before
priority
anything?
is the nuke, and you kind of got the impression that command's probably already told who's in charge, what you guys are here for.
And the other task force are in charge of evacuating, correct?
Yes.
Right.
Well,
Okay. Just
You guys are kind of in charge. Your first priority is to see if they have the nuke, which you get the general consensus that most people don't think the dwarves have the nuke. Because I mean, dwarves at the end of the day, they just want to mine their fucking ore and get paid for it. That's literally that's all they want to do.
all right.
Because you said that it was Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie are all in the Dwarven settlement, does that mean we have other teams in some of the other settlements, or how does that play out?
Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie are in this settlement. Echo, half of Echo's here as well, for now, making sure everybody kind of gets settled in easy. The other half of Echo is over at is it the Kashata settlement? No, it's the Shirian settlement. They're over at the Shirian settlement. And then
over here. Sorry. Whoops.
yeah, and then the rest of Echo will go over to the Shirian settlement along with Fox is over there. So and that's all you guys have on the carrier. That's all the fucking task forces on the carrier. So you guys are 3 deep here, 2 deep over at the Shirian.
And so the
then
other 3 settlements are just unspoken for right now.
No, the other 3 settlements are being handled by the Atlas and its crew.
Okay.
All right.
So you guys don't have to worry about them. Well, I mean, you do, sort of. You guys have never worked with the Atlas before, and the crew's not new. Like, there's a lot of experienced crew members on that ship. Obviously, like, they've been sailing for a while, but like, you can't speak for any of them. You've never worked with any of them, so you don't know. So it's a bit spoopy.
Noted.
Monk ass.
Well, it would be like, like they're in the Federation, right? So obviously they have to be fairly well trained, right? But like, you've worked with each other, so you can speak for each other. You've worked with some of the other task force, so you can speak for them too. But like, these are like, yeah, sure, they're in like the same like general branch, but like you've never like worked with them before, so you have no idea their skill level. Plus, they are like a newly formed crew, so like even like if your newly formed crew is like super experienced, like they've all never worked with each other before, so you're like, they're gonna go handle a potentially dangerous situation. All right, that's great. Liking this already. All right, so you guys head out to the mine.
On some nice little truck car things. Lovely.
Yeah, it's a truck.
Truck car things.
Yeah, it's basically like a 6-wheeled, like it's very practical. It doesn't look pretty at all. It's got like an armored cab that's fits like 4 people, so the rest of you are gonna have to sit in the bed of the truck, and the bed of the truck's like basically just like it's got like a half wall that comes up, like basically like an SUV almost, but like the top, it has no top, and you guys are just kind of sitting there just like jostling around in the back, because like as much as the dwarves, right, are really good at engineers, the walls and the ceiling look, when you're going down the Emerald Highway, look sturdy as fuck, but they left the floor like natural, like it's just like natural rock you're rolling over.
Oh, great.
So what would the chances of them letting me drive be? Like 0?
He's your guide. He kind of insists that he drives. If you're gonna ask him, hey,
God
bro,
damn it.
can I
Yeah,
drive
bro.
this?
Like,
Can I
I'm gonna
ask
look
him
at this and be
if
like,
my friend can
absolutely,
drive?
I want to drive this.
Let me try
And
it.
he would be like, look, like I'm the only one authorized to actually drive the vehicle. Like, you know what happens if you like wreck this or anything?
I'm
Like,
going to
it's
respond
on
to him
you.
and
Bruh,
say,
I'm a professional wheelman. Bruh.
Is that what you say? A professional wheelman?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be like, look, I've done some things. You can trust me.
He's just gonna kind of cock his head to the side, and just kind of shake his head. It's like, I think I'll drive. It's okay.
Sakara, I'm gonna pull out my flame Dashko and say, I really think it's a good idea if you let my friend drive.
Absolutely.
And I'm just gonna get in
yes.
between them and go, guys, calm down.
I think we're all missing something very important here, and that is, Chief, can you even reach the pedals?
Well, if a dwarf can drive it, I can definitely drive it. They're like my size.
Yes, they are.
They're like me size, so of course I can drive it. Fuck you. Get out of my face.
Racist.
Yeah, that's racist.
Oh shit! Great
God.
fucking start to this fucking session.
Is he
Racism
intimidated,
all around.
Sakara?
No, he's just like, all right. You know, I'm gonna get in the truck. I'm gonna start it up. You guys sort this out. We'll reconvene.
Ah, dear God.
Oh,
Two questions.
He's resilient
go ahead.
then. Okay.
Yeah, what's up?
So, one, because I don't understand still, is the Emerald Highway underground or overland?
It is underground.
Okay, and then second question, I'm assuming we were provided, like, rations and whatnot, because this
When
is
do you think
basically
enough?
one
Wow,
hex
okay.
per day.
Yep.
Okay.
He also talks about like there's way stations. He'll be like, don't worry about food or anything. There's like we've built way stations down here to so that we stop every couple of. There's a way station every couple of days. You guys will be fine. We're just gonna be traveling for I think just about 4 days. We'll be fine.
Lovely.
4 or 5 days.
Great.
So it's about a week actually. I think I don't know. I've driven it so many times I don't count it anymore. Just I drive, and then you find a way station, you stop, and you fucking keep going. You know how it is.
Pleasant. Well, we're burning sunlight. You know, that thing we're not going to have for the next week.
Yep. So let's get on in.
Off we go.
Off
I'm
you go
super
down
butthurt that I can't drive.
off you
Yeah.
go down the Emerald Highway now.
Yeah, I tried
The
for
Emerald-
you.
Is
okay?
Emerald Highway?
I feel you.
Is there lights in it, or is it just pitch black?
No, there's lights. No, there are lights. The transports themselves have lights. They have headlamps. Pretty fucking powerful ones too. So it's fairly well lit down the Emerald Highway. The reason why it's called the Emerald Highway is because every so often you guys will pass a truck or another transport that has just the entire bed full of like adamantine ore, and it glitters green, like just bright, vibrant, almost radioactive green.
I'll look at it and go, damn. Every single time it passes by. I'm like,
Yeah.
loving
For those
this.
of you who are kind of inclined with the world, adamantine ore, like pure adamantine ore, like what they're mining, is actually literally priceless. Like 100%, you cannot put a price on it. So, like a
Alright.
truck full of that stuff, you could probably buy a small country.
Feels good, man.
And how heavy is this?
Oh my god.
Extremely.
Better question. Do they pack the trucks so full that little bits might go flying off as they're driving down the Emerald
No,
Highway?
they do not.
That's unfortunate.
They
And
are
Bandit is-
professionals.
I will not roll a perception check then to find random bits of adamantine on the ground.
Bandit is inwardly regretting not bringing his smuggler, his nice little smuggling cargo hold on his ship.
Yo, I've got you for smuggling if we can get this out. Whispers Kai to you gently.
I mean, be a bit of a task, but you never know.
I'm gonna flash you a smile and a thumbs up.
Well, if we don't need to smuggle it, we do have storage. I don't believe taking it off the planet's illegal, is it? Just the means of acquisition.
Is it really illegal if you don't know the law?
Hey,
Yes.
That's
actually.
what I always
As
say.
your lawyer, I'm going to tell you yes.
As your lawyer, I'm going to have to say, yeah.
I swear, officer, I didn't know. I swear.
both IRL and in game.
Like, because he actually took profession lawyer in game, so he's gonna literally look at you and be like, as your professional lawyer, yeah.
We don't recognize the corporation as a governing law body. I mean,
I mean, it's true.
Yeah, but who has to enforce that? Sort of, kind of the Federation. So you have to kind of like look at yourselves and
so we can all be dirty cops. It's perfect.
Yeah,
Everyone
so you
close
guys
your
have
eyes.
to, well, here's the thing. You have to look at yourselves and think, is the commander going to enforce a law? And if he does, what's the punishment?
The commander doesn't enforce any laws. We already all know this. So it's perfect.
Good luck with that.
He's going to beat the fucking mess out of you.
Has to
So
catch
they-
me first.
Yeah, didn't he murder Bravo team? Like a couple of the members of Bravo team?
No, it was Delta. He fucked
Oh,
up.
Delta. Yeah, that's
He
right.
didn't,
Yeah.
he didn't murder them. He
You
just
just
kind
gave
of
him
like,
a new asshole, you know.
he just kind of like broke all their bones twice.
Oh god.
Hey, when you have healing magic, it doesn't take as much time as you'd think.
he beat Delta Team's ass. Like he was just went into their gym. It was just like, all right.
Anyway, as we're traveling down this whole Emerald Highway, ever so often I'm looking at my Geiger counter just to see if it ticks up even a little bit to take the trace presence of radioactivity.
You will. Every time one of the trucks ride by, it will tick up a little bit because, as you guys know, they do use nuclear weaponry to blast out the adamantine ore. So, I mean, every time you're near the adamantine ore, it will tick up a little bit. Not noticeably, but like if you're actually paying attention to it, like it's basically every time adamantine ore passes by for just a very brief second, it'll just tick up because that's all the exposure you'll get to it. Which is probably why you're thinking if you're inside the cab, probably why the cabs are armored. They're not armored because like they're worried about like gunfire or anything like that. They're armored probably because they're like shielded.
Ah, shit.
Out of curiosity, how many do we pass each day? So like the first day we pass X, second day we pass X.
It's like you get like one truck that comes down full of adamantine ore every, I want to say 2 days. Yeah, 2 days.
Okay.
Outside of that, you're seeing like all like buku amounts of like steel and like iron, like just steel, like iron, just a shit ton of iron ore just coming out of the mine.
Put simply, if we're seeing consistent numbers, that means that they have at least some explosives they're still using for mining, which means they couldn't have fused all of them into this bomb or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, the rebellion took place planet-wide, and the rebellion is a coalition of all of the different settlements. So yeah, maybe they didn't use all their explosives, but like they maybe all of the miners together, like from all the different settlements, just used a little bit of their stockpiles together to make one bomb. Is basically what everyone's thinking, and then one of the settlements is hiding the bomb. They just don't know who.
That's a very scary proposition.
Yeah, it is. Like, oh yeah, there's a 50 megaton nuclear warhead down there, and we have no idea where it is. So...
And they just use a small amount of everyone's explosives. I mean, like 20%, 15% of everyone's explosives there. So they got like how many more bombs technically they could build?
Yeah, but they're small. They're low yield. They're not even combat like grade like explosives. Like you wouldn't even use these kinds of nuclear weapons on like ship to ship combat. Like these are like mining charges. I mean, they barely have enough punch to like put holes in a ship, really, if you think about it. But I mean, cobble enough of them together and it's fucking terrifying. So you're in the truck, you hit your first way station. The way stations aren't like they're not exactly pleasant.
The shitty truck station stop,
they carved out into the wall a large enough spot for like maybe 3 transport trucks to sit. And like it's just basically like you guys step out of the truck, there's like a little small area where like all the vehicles and like the vehicle parts would be, and then there's like a small stone staircase like up onto like basically what amounts to like a railed in landing, and there's like some beds, and that's it. And then there's like a fucking like there's like a small like food storage area.
Lovely accommodations.
Way station doesn't even have a burrito bell in it. What is this?
Space Taco Bell.
Canon.
Burrito Bell. Space Taco Bell. Confirmed.
Nice.
So all the while that this is going on, like I'm kind of like I'm taking in like the craftsmanship.
Yeah, and it's excellent craftsmanship if you guys are paying attention, because basically you have the only things you can pay attention is to each other and the fucking road and the random bits of cargo that are riding by.
I'm just gonna complain basically the entire time about not being able to drive. Like I'm still stuck on that. Like this is some goddamn bullshit.
If you keep complaining, I'm liable to space you. I swear to God.
Yeah,
space him? How? We're underground.
Listen.
When we get back to the ship.
I'm gonna turn to our dwarf friend and just kind of like plead with him to please let
Or just
Please
let
let him
me
drive.
just take it for a spin. Just a spin. Just a little joyride. It's fine.
I'm gonna
It's
be like,
fine.
I'm just gonna
Like,
try to make.
all right.
Our lawyer here. What? Oh my gosh.
All right.
I'm gonna like every time they do that, and they stop bothering the guy. I'm like indoor going to like profusely apologize.
He's like, look. All right, Rat Man, you can drive tomorrow.
Yo, that's right.
Yeah, boy. And I'm gonna smile at him and give him a pat on the shoulder, and then I'm gonna go just mind my own business
You better not crash it.
with a smug ass look on my face.
If you crash it, though,
Okay.
right, it's on me.
That's understandable. I mean,
So just don't fuck it up.
yeah, don't fuck it up. Okay, that makes sense. That's fair.
All right.
Christ.
Do it
Sweet.
for
He's
Jared.
gonna fuck it up,
I
isn't he?
never knew, like, I knew fucking rat people, like, chattered, but fucking Christ. I
Oh, we never shut up. Ever.
noticed.
Yes, and they're quite annoying too.
I fucking noticed. All right, so, oh Jesus! So you guys get through the first night. It's very uneventful. It's for some of you who are used to like sleeping in your own private quarters, where like out on the ship, like it's not like quiet on the ship during sleeping hours because obviously there's always people up because you guys like sleep in shifts basically. It's not like quiet, but it's not like this with heavy transport trucks driving by like all the time. You're basically getting highway noise. Like it would be like effectively if you slept next to a highway.
Great.
So
Be irritable when I wake up.
so take that how you want. It's
I'm using earphones, listening to music. I don't hear a thing.
it's not pleasant. But it's fucking. It's. I mean, you guys are able to sleep, so.
I treat it like I'm camping, so I kind of enjoy it.
So you guys wake up the next morning. Night passes uneventfully, except for obviously you guys with the fucking noise and shit like that. So he gets up and he like goes and starts the truck and gets everything together, makes sure everything's in its fucking place, and he just kind of turns and looks at fucking fuck, I can't even remember Chief, and he's just like, all right, and he kind of motions for you to hit the drive.
Shotgun.
And he'll fucking he's like, I'm sitting in the passenger seat. Don't fuck
That's
this.
absolutely fine.
I'll get in the back of the truck, but I'll make sure to like secure myself somehow.
I'm thoroughly buckling up.
They have straps back there for like heavy cargo. So if you guys like to literally strap yourselves in, go for it.
We are.
Where is the safest position in the entire vehicle?
The safest position would be in the armored cab.
What is the second safest position?
It would be
on the truck?
on the floor of the cab, or on the floor of the
chassis.
yeah, on the floor of the back of the truck, strapped in.
All right.
You are now cargo.
Feels bad.
You are now cargo.
I'm literally just gonna lay out like a bed roll and just like lay on it.
No, driving's not horrible down here, but it is just horrible enough that I'm going to need you to make me
Sweet Lord.
a fucking
Piloting.
yeah, actually.
Don't roll below a 12 or 15. Oh shit.
Oh.
Oh shit.
So you're going overland. Okay, so like it's not like rough hewn like stone that you're driving over. It's not like Jesus take the wheel. He's about to. Space Jesus is about to take the wheel. So it's not like rough hewn stone that you're driving over. It's pretty flat, like even well maintained stone, but it's not like it's not like to the craftsmanship quality as like the ceiling or the walls. So driving, you hit your first corner and you realize that the traction down here is not what it would be. As your experience with piloting has always been spaceships. You've never actually driven a fucking vehicle before, so it's a bit of a foreign concept to you. So you start to slide, you break, the back wheels break out from you, you fishtail a little bit. So everybody in the back of the truck needs to make me a dexterity saving or a reflex save.
Wait, who has to do it? Everybody?
Everybody in the back of the truck needs to make a recap.
Where
So
are your
everyone
the
that
one in the
isn't
front
chief
feels
and
good.
the NPC dwarf.
Shit. I rolled a 1.
Can I grab Shade with my?
Wait, can I not fit in the cab?
Yeah. Like, how many people can fit in the
Madani,
cab?
there's only 4 people can fit in the cab. There are
I would
Chief,
like to be in the cab.
How do you
I'm in
make
the
it
back.
I'm gonna be in the
save?
cab. I'll be in the cab. I'll be in the
Oh,
cab. I'll be in the
okay,
cab.
Because I
On
was
your
already.
sheet-
I thought I was in the cab. So
Yeah, I'm totally
on
in the
your
back.
No. Okay, so
I think we
Sparrow-
all assumed that if
Yeah.
we didn't say we were in the back of the truck, we were in the cab.
Sparrow Kai, obviously Chief because he's driving, and your
You
guide
said
are in
the
the fucking
dwarf is
cab.
yeah.
Are in the cab. So those are the
Thank
only 4
Christ.
people in the cab.
Can
So-
I re-roll to fix it to save
Yeah,
it?
you will in a second. You will in a second.
Okay.
We just got to see if anybody falls out of the back of the
How
truck.
do I make
Okay,
it
so-
I fall out of the back of the
Hey,
truck, so I roll a fucking
Bandit.
1.
Okay.
How do you-
If you're looking at your sheet, right? Okay. Ability. You have your the middle box is here. Ability scores, class information, right? And then
Yeah.
you scroll down, and the next boxes are health and resolve and armor class, correct?
Right.
And then on the left side,
there
you
you
have
go, I see it.
currency and experience, and then saving throws.
There
Roll
you
reflex. There you go. Okay. So for those of you that I'm assuming everybody freaked out and strapped in,
Yeah. If I still roll the freaking 1.
so
I have a
die.
plus 5.
You don't fall out, right? Because you are strapped into the truck. But you do hit your head on the hard, like basically
Ooh.
combat metal exterior of this fucking truck. So I'm gonna roll this.
I feel a little bit bad now, but this is great.
Oh.
You take 6 points of damage as you bang your head off the back of the truck.
Ouch.
I'm like seriously hurt.
That's strain, right?
Yes,
SP,
yeah, it's SP.
So
I'm
when
like
this
completely
happens,
That was all of it.
no,
all
check
of
it
it.
out. So when this happens, I am going to like yell out of the truck at Shade that basically, hey, you can do better. Like I'm gonna kind of mock him, but in like a playful sense.
Oh, God damn it.
And I am going to trigger Inspiring Boost and give you back more than you took. I would figure out how much that is, but it's more than you just took. So, what is that? 5 plus 4 is 9.
Regains a number of stamina
So
points.
9
equals
stamina points are
twice your
restored to you.
envoy level plus your charisma modifier. So what's
So
your charisma modifier?
I have a
3?
20, so
Oh, so you got 5,
Yeah,
and
so it'd
then
be
your
9.
envoy level's a 2, so it'd be 7.
plus
Right?
2 more
20.
because it's double
How do you have
Level 2.
20?
So 14. What?
Yeah,
Oh, he has he's an augmentation.
augmentation. So I would
Yeah,
be
he
at
has cybernetics.
I would be at you get 4. You get 2 plus 2 plus 5. So you get 9 stamina points back. And I'm just gonna viciously mock you as you like bang your head and tell you that, make sure you strap yourself in.
Because what you can do is remember with the point buy, you can point buy up to 18, which
Oh yeah, I
is
see.
really bad for like the rest of your stats. So you're kind of
Yep.
shit at everything else, but you're really good at what you're doing. And then he bought cybernetics that increased it by 2.
Yep.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so Kai just kind of like mocks you viciously out the back of out the armored cab of the truck, and then like you just feel better for some reason.
I think that what it
I'm
is
gonna,
is
like,
that
look
you
at Kai and go,
I think what it is that you probably are used to like that being my personality, and you just assume that that's me being like encouraging in like my very cold way.
Did the doggo come with you?
No, Doggo's still on the
The
ship.
Dawn Treader.
I have a dog, by the way.
I like to imagine it's more of like an amorphous slime dog.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's a real puppy.
Oh,
So you guys, Chief kind of fucked up, so I'm gonna give Chief a chance to recover. You're sliding, which is bad. So you need to make another piloting check to see if you can
You
correct
crashed
the
the ship.
vehicle.
That's much better.
We're
That's
all
much
dead.
better. That's much better. Okay, he
Oh, no, we're
corrects
not. We're
it.
good.
He corrects it. The guide basically is, which is really interesting. So this guy is just kind of sitting there, like whatever, like just kind of like looking at you as you're driving. He's like, "Hey, you should probably right as you guys take the turn, because Chief comes into the turn a little too fast. and then you guys like fishtail violently and start to slide, and he just kind of like sits there motionless, almost like it didn't even affect him. And he's like, "Hey, you should probably slow down." And Chief like takes his foot off the gas and kind of applies a little brake, and then you correct almost instantly, and he's like, Oh, I see what you mean."
And he's like, oh!
See, I don't have to worry about this shit in space.
Yeah.
Zakar, I would like to try to calm our dwarven friend down.
No, the dwarf is just fine. He looks completely unfazed. He's just kind of half chuckles to himself like he expected it to happen.
Why did you let him drive?
Yeah, I want to bang on the back. Why did we let him drive?
Because I'm a professional.
Apparently not.
Like, well,
We didn't crash, did we? Did we?
I mean, he has a point.
Did we crash?
Dwarf kind of lingers out the window. He's like, "All right, so we've got about half a day's drive before the next fucking way station. If you manage not to crash the truck by then, I'm gonna drive the rest of the way. Is that okay?"
That's
Wait.
fine. That's fine.
Do we all get a chance to drive?
Do we all
No.
The dwarf will very, very sternly look at all of you and say no. Just no.
I'm totally agree with that one.
Not at all.
So the rest of the day goes on kind of uneventfully. Chief has now gotten the hang of actually driving land vehicles.
I'm proud of you,
and
Chief.
You roll up into the stop. It's a little tricky to actually pull into the stop because there's already 2 trucks in there. And when I say there's enough space for 3 trucks to fit in there, it is barely enough space to fit 3 trucks in there. So go ahead and make me another piloting check.
Hold on.
Don't fucking property damage incoming.
Okay, Zakar, as this is happening, can I reach over and try to help him grab the wheel?
I think that would fuck it up.
You may make me
Christ.
a reflex save.
Sick. Here we go.
Oh man.
Okay, you grab the wheel just in time. Now make a piloting.
Oh, sweet lord.
Even before you fuck it up.
I mean, I have a +4. What could go wrong, right?
I have a plus
that could go
8,
wrong.
so
You managed.
Oh wait, it's
help
10 or
him.
more to help, right?
Yeah, it's 10 or more to help. So you manage to help him, which gives him a 13. The dwarf will also help him, giving him a 15.
Can I
You
try to help?
You manage not
Okay.
barely.
Doesn't even need
You
it.
barely manage not as you're coming in, you realize you're going too fast. So you try to apply the brakes, but it's just too goddamn late. So Kai realizes this, fucking snaps her hand to the wheel to help you wrench this monstrous beast into a fucking parallel parking position, and the dwarf just kind of casually reaches over and with his own strength alone moves the fucking wheel way more than both of you combined. Your hands just kind of like a small child's when an adult's driving, just kind of turn helplessly as he just turns the fucking vehicle
As
and
we
then, and then stomps your foot cheek with the fucking
as we
brake.
come to a stop, I'm just gonna literally snap my fingers at you and point at the keys and say, "Give it to him now, please."
what are you talking about? Like a glove. Like a glove.
The
All right.
dwarf will just kind of relax, take the keys out of the ignition and go, "It's gonna be loud tonight. There's gonna be at least 4 other drivers, and just try to get along." He'll just get out of the truck.
There's no power, and I'm just gonna look at everybody as I'm assuming we're getting off. But there's no power steering. Who
I found
the
the
fuck
actual
doesn't have
diff.
power steering?
Bro, what just happened?
I mean, look on the bright side. Nobody died, right? We got here.
Like a glove.
Yeah, like a glove.
And Dwarven, I'm going to apologize profusely.
He's just gonna
To the
kind of
dwarf.
he's just gonna kind of just scoff and gruff and just kind of laugh a little and just walk away. Just walk away.
Absolutely best friends with this person from now on. By the way, will die for him, confirmed.
So he just walks away and kind of goes up into the loft. You guys go all up there. There's about 4 other dwarves there. All of them look, middle aged. Some of the they look really weathered, beaten. They've got old, they look weathered. They've been down here before. They've got they're really dirty and dingy. Looks like mining's basically been their whole lives.
Mm-hmm.
Can I walk up to them? I want to ask a couple questions.
Yeah, you guys can question them all you want. They're not, none of them are asleep. They're just kind of like sitting around, like futzing about, just like,
I just want to know.
some of them are just like idly having a conversation with each other.
I just want to
Sakara.
know, like, how many of them don't have beards?
No, all of them have beards. So
Except
far,
for-
so far the only person you've seen without a beard is your guide.
Out of character question. Do we know
Yeah.
each other's backstories or no?
That is up to you guys on how intimate you want to be with one another.
Probably
Yeah, how
not
intimate
mine.
do you want to be with me?
Okay, Sakar,
Too
while
much
while
infinite
everyone's
infinite.
walking around and like doing their thing, can I like try to discern if anyone in my group has any kind of like a wanted criminal background?
You may with your profession.
Yes, can I roll with my +4?
You cannot.
Okay.
Bandit seems. I mean, obviously his fucking call sign is Bandit. He seems to. He seems to have the no. Like you would be like, yeah. Out of everybody in this group, he's probably one of the ones.
I don't know
Alright.
what you're talking about.
Kai would just make a little like note to herself. It's like really the first time we've had to like not be in action, so
So, what do you guys want to talk to the dwarves about? Like, all of them have beards except for your guide. Which is
Driving.
a little odd to you.
Yeah, I just had a couple questions about the mines.
Okay, go ahead, fire away.
It's like I guess I'll find one of like the older looking ones, and just like walk up to him. It's like, so have you been down here a long time?
Yeah, one of the original settlers, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I was curious. I haven't been to the mines myself, but I was curious. What are they like?
It's a dwarven mine. I've never been to a dwarven mine. It's gonna be a bit confusing, so brace for that.
gotta pee.
but
You're back.
it's not bad down there. We mine everything, so it's not like we're all exposed to radiation on a daily basis. We kind of rotate it out down there, so it's not that bad. But I mean, it's mining. I don't know if you've ever done mining before, but I mean, it's hard work, it's dirty work, but pays well.
Can't say I've ever mined myself.
It's gonna be it kind of looks at you because you're a little tall, right?
I
It's
imagine
gonna-
it's quite tall.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little cramped for someone like you or like him because he'll point over at night. It's gonna be a little cramped for you, people like you, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. He just kind of laughs because dwarves are about 4 feet tall. So
Yeah, kind of used to it. Also, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I think like me and Knight are like what 7 feet tall or something like that.
yeah, something like that.
It's like God.
When I find a good cot to like sit down, I'll start cleaning my gear off a little bit from all the dust and crap that we've been traveling through. And
Yeah, for those in the back of the truck, if you're worried about it, like you guys, as you drive by, as trucks drive by with ore on them, I mean, obviously there's dust that flies out because like not all the ore is like solid, like some of it's just fine, like dust particulates. Obviously you're driving on stone, so like constant traffic across stone grinds it down over time and then turns that into dust. So I mean, it's just dirty down here.
But yeah, cleaning my gear, and I'll just as I'm doing that, I'll kind of make a offhanded question. So, this rebellion, how's that?
All the dwarves will kind of look at you, including your guide, and just kind of like give you an eye. And the oldest of the dwarves that was like kind of talking with Heavy was just kind of shrug. It's like, not all of us wanted to fight. Some of us just want to mine and get paid. You'll find a lot of that down there.
Honest work, I can appreciate that.
I mean, obviously, and he'll kind of look around and he's like, some of us obviously joined the rebellion. I mean, not all of us are happy with the corporation, but I mean, what are you gonna do?
Well, between the corporation and the Federation, what would you choose out of curiosity?
I think honestly, doesn't matter who buys the ore or who owns the mines. As long as I get to do my job, I don't really care.
I'm pragmatic.
And then to which your guide will kind of like look at all of you like very quickly and just be like, I mean, I choose the Federation. The other dwarves kind of like grunt, like kind of grumble.
Kai's gonna roll her eyes.
Well, actually, does our guide know he's driving for Federation troops or not?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he knows.
So he's more so saying it out of like trying to appease us, anything else, basically.
Make an insight check.
Yeah, I'm making an inside check on that one if I can. Here.
Can I sense motive for the other guy? Can I sense motive for for our guide as
sense
a
motive.
separate roll? Okay.
Yeah, it's sense motive. My bad. Too many games. Too many. Woo!
Oh, what are they? A 10? Come on! Why can't I roll?
That's a
I have like a
23.
5 and a 6. What the heck?
Skills aren't helping you.
That's why.
With the 23, yeah. So that's what Silver. You kind of get that gist. You're like, he's probably just saying that to appease us.
That's what I
Because
get as well.
he obviously, and that's what you get too, Shade. He's like, okay, he knows he's driving for Federation troops. He's just trying to be on our good side. Face. I will whisper.
Do I get to use the Tacklash, Daddy?
Oh dear Lord, do I get to be kinky, Daddy?
Please no.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Kill me!
Kill me now!
Kill me now!
Do
it, Mama!
Screams attack lash.
It screams in Tacklash.
Screams in deep speech. Feels good, man.
It's laughs
Laughs
in deep
in
speech.
deep
Okay.
speech.
Laughs in deep speech, yeah.
Oh shit, Jesse's playing Slay the Spire.
So, you guys kind of.
Justice.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Oh man, is there any way I can like pull him aside and talk to him?
I mean, sure. You'd have to go down to the motor pool if you want to pull him aside and talk to him.
If we're not doing anything else, I will.
Is anybody else going to ask any more questions? I mean, you've got like a bunch of dwarves here.
I had like 2 more. That's about it.
Yeah, go for it.
It's like, have you ever encountered anything unusual down in the mines? Any creatures or anything like that?
Well,
Creatures.
so they'll kind of look at each other. It's like
No 2-headed bat spider things?
Face spiders? Do those exist?
they'll just laugh. They'll just laugh.
Spiders, Monka S.
As you guys say, as you say, 2-headed bat spider things. They'll just laugh. It's like that. Those are fairy tales, son. But there are things.
Like, no, there's actually on another planet, there actually exists quite a few of them.
There may be, but not underground. There,
See,
but
that's why I'm asking. I don't want to
Under-
walk face first into a 2-headed bat spider.
okay. Underground, you'll have to understand. There are things that live underground that are much older than us. Sometimes, if you dig too deep, you come across them. Yes, but we haven't. I mean, we haven't found anything like that.
See, that's why I was curious to see if there's actually anything down there.
Do they
Maybe.
bleed?
It's good
I
to know.
hope not.
Maybe not. Honestly, we have heard some rumors going around the mine that somebody may have seen something shifting around in the darkness while they were mining or whatnot. But I mean, you stay down there too long, it starts to mess with your head.
It's understandable.
I'm gonna make sure my rifle is extra clean.
Like, yeah, I mean, obviously, like sometimes if you're down there, right, you get exposed to the radiation, you get rotated out of adamantine work, maybe your suit ruptured on your last rotation, or maybe you just were in the rotation for too long. The sickness gets to you, you start seeing things, and that's usually the first sign for you to go back to the settlement and then go see a doctor. And usually it clears itself up. And, sometimes it's just the youngsters and they'll just kind of lean over it, just kind of like motion towards your guide, just playing tricks.
Do you guys have any extra suits?
Yeah, it's, you'll get to, at the end of the road, and he'll kind of point down the road, like kind of absent-mindedly. You'll hit the hub for the mine, and then you'll be, they'll suit you up and you'll be on your way into the mine. As long as you're not going to the adamantine deposits themselves to look at us mining, you shouldn't need the suits anyway. And he'll kind of look at like Knight heavy, like in their armor, and he's like, and I'm sure that if you activate, your environmental protection on those, would suit you just fine.
I guess with my armor, I should be fine.
In fact, any one of you with your armor, I mean, they all come with environmental protection. And just activate that, you should be fine.
One last question, though. Do you know if any of the claims connect to each other? I imagine they wouldn't, but just out of curiosity.
You'd be surprised. Our claim connects to the Shirian claim on the other side of the mountain.
Wow,
It's good to know.
impressive.
Yes,
Overland or
Gas
underground?
matters.
OOC, all armors actually do have environmental protection. It takes a standard round. It takes a standard action to activate.
Sick.
I'm
Spraying-
assuming this is just tier 1 radiation, is why you're saying that, correct?
Yeah. Basically,
The guy must have been quite the time to dig all the way to the Shirian side.
it did. It took about 45 years.
Holy shit.
It's like, wouldn't want to bother you any longer than I have to.
We sealed it up though. The claims aren't allowed to. We're not allowed to really have them be connected. Of course, because the Shirians, they don't want us.
Yeah, no one wants to come
no
on
one
anyone
wants.
else's toes.
Yeah, that
But
and it's hard
Underground,
to.
you
s-
can see.
Yeah, it's that, and it's hard to say that, the other races, they're just here to get the adamantine. That's all they worry about. We worry about all the iron, the mithril, the everything. There's just so much down there to be mined that the other races, they just don't know. They do, and they just ignore it, and they're stupid. I don't know. But that being said, I mean, it's hard to if our mind connected to their mind, right? And they were to claim that we stole ore from them, right? It would be hard for us to say we didn't when our mind directly connects to them, right? So to avoid that situation entirely and not to step on anyone's toes, we sealed it off long ago.
It's good to know.
How long ago did you seal it off out of curiosity?
About 20 years ago. It took about 45 years to dig into it. It was open for about 10, and then there was some strained relations with us and the Shirians, because they don't live as long as us. And I'll kind of point at, amongst all the doors, they don't live as long as us. Shirians have quite the short lifespan, actually, as we have come to find out. So them constantly having new people in power, because the older ones, tend to die off. It was just a headache to constantly negotiate with new people.
Yeah,
So we
have an
just,
agreement with one of them, and then 5 years later, oh look, the agreement's gone because he's been replaced.
yeah, so we just gave it up.
Was it actually sealed 20 years ago? So we all rolled those sense motos.
Yeah,
for?
you guys all rolled those crazy fucking sense motor checks. The general consensus, yeah, you get the idea that he's sort of true. It's definitely been sealed off from what you can gather. You're just not quite sure the timeline because he's just kind of talking. So you don't actually know. You'd have to go find a record to be 100% sure. But he seems
But do we
genuine
get
about.
the sense he's being deceptive? Is what more so that would be?
No, not at all. You get the sense he's being honest. It's been sealed off for a long time. You're just not quite sure the actual length of time.
Yeah, so far as he knows, it's been sealed for a while.
Correct.
Yeah, for as far as he knows, right?
And what my character's thinking that's a pathway that could be used for smuggling explosives.
Yeah, so
Same.
it's right. Connected, because if it's like, oh look, they connect from the dwarves to the Syrian to somewhere else, then we got a giant pathway to take now.
Yep.
Well, if no other questions, I have one, if you don't mind, before we part ways.
Yeah, sure.
I imagine you find many natural tunnels down here. Have you found any that lead to the surface, or have you developed any pathways to the surface out of curiosity?
Well, we have vent holes. We have to make. The underground only has so much air, so you have to recycle it, and the air down there is quite stale. It doesn't circulate, so you have to make vent holes. But the ventilation tunnels aren't very. No, you could fit one person. Single file, if you wanted to, you could fit a bunch of people up the ventilation holes, but they're very steep. You couldn't climb them very easily.
But no proper pathways.
Not so far. We have found some natural caves, but they didn't really yield much, so we just left them alone.
Noted.
I do remember. I think it was mine shaft number 5. Actually, or within the first couple of weeks of us digging that mine shaft, we actually had 30 or 40 miners just fall 40 feet into a cavern. Quite
Oh
the.
shit!
It was quite the horrific accident.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's Shaft 5.
Yes, shaft
Yep.
5 was. It was a bad day on the mine. Lost a lot of miners that day.
There's nothing else. I think I could go down for a kip.
Yeah, I got no more questions. I'm gonna head off to start cleaning my gun because it's so freaking dusty down here.
Because
mean,
of the fact
It's
okay,
pretty
sorry.
dirty down there. Yeah, go ahead.
Because I was excited to get up for a little bit, and I came back and we were talking to these people already. Are we at another one of the way stations, or actually
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
entrance to the mine?
No, you're at the another one of the way stations. You
Okay,
just
just
happened
making
to
sure.
pull into an area that had like 2 other trucks in it.
Mhm.
The
Because
trucks
of
and the
okay.
trucks aren't carrying anything on them because you can discern that they're probably going the same direction you are.
Mhm.
They're going to the mine, not coming back.
Yeah. Due to the fact that you mentioned caverns being a problem, once we get to the entrance, do they give out grapplers by chance as standard safety equipment? So that'd be very helpful in your line of work.
It would be, yeah. If you're going down there to inspect the mines, I mean, obviously you're going to be just going in what's already been mapped out. Obviously, you're going to be just going through the mines. But if you're going to go any type of exploring, then yes, of course.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you're going to be going into any areas that we're planning to have like tunnels, then yeah, you will definitely get grapplers.
All right, noted. Thank you.
I'm already sleeping.
Like fucking Bandit's just fucking out. He cleaned his gun, sent a side comment, got it answered, fucking gone.
Pretty much.
Feels good, man.
For those of you, and you all kind of like look about, and it's like there's like enough beds up here for about 15 people. But you all, it's like a barrack style, so like they're all fairly close together.
Oh
So
boy.
yeah, and you're right next to a highway. It's beautiful. Like sleeping's a bitch and a half, actually. Welcome to not sleeping in space. So the night goes on uneventfully. If nobody else wanted to do anything during the night.
No.
The fuck is sleep?
All right, night passes uneventfully. You guys kind of get up and see the noise of a bunch of grumbling and kind of like like low like stern talking back and forth, and you guys get up and you get the sense that the other drivers are a little at odds with your guide.
I'll walk out first.
Insight check.
I'd like to, yeah, is it send some motive to see what the fuck's going on?
Yeah,
Yep.
they're gonna roll cool.
Alright, Star Wars people. Can I roll diplomacy with my
Come on! I'll roll a frickin'
Actually,
bonus
fuck it. Can I just roll
roll.
diplomacy and just try to like get them to calm the fuck down?
Yeah, they're not mad. They're just like they're kind of at
Right.
odds. If you get close enough, you can ascertain that it's like they're
I'm
kind of
saying,
having
like, can I just like I hear arguing, right, or whatever, and I want to come
Yeah.
out and basically just ask, like, I'm gonna use diplomacy to try to calm the situation. Like,
Yeah,
I
go
don't
for
care why they're doing it. I just want to do it.
go for it.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
You were the one. You have a plus 13. Holy shit! That's impressive.
I have a plus 13 plus D6.
Jesus.
An
Well,
18 on a 1 feels good.
18
It
on a one.
feels-
They all kind of look at you. They all kind of like grumble and just kind of look at you and just shake their heads, and they all go to their respective vehicles. And the guide kind of like nods at you and like walks up to the landing with you guys. Like, they're a little mad because he'll kind of point at Chief's parking job. We're kind of blocking them in, and I can't exactly leave until all of you are awake. So,
My bad.
Can I slap like across the back of the head?
You could absolutely,
Kid
yeah.
slap him, yes.
I'm pretty sure I have to fucking like kneel down to actually do it.
Yeah.
Where's Sasha?
Can I?
Back of that give slap.
This is why you're not driving ever again.
When you go to do that, as you turn to like kneel down, I'm gonna just like pull out my attack flash and like hand it out to you.
No.
You want me to tie him up?
I mean, if you're gonna,
I was
punish him-
gonna cuff him for being an idiot.
I mean, if you're gonna punish him, I'm just gonna hand it to you.
Listen,
I'm
that's
gonna-
aggressive. That is aggressive.
what?
Nobody died. I didn't crash. Listen, I'm gonna need all of you to settle down, and I'm gonna ride shotgun so I can learn how to drive on land a little bit better for our ride back.
I'm gonna give
I'm
you.
gonna lean down to
Oh.
Bandit and ask him, like, is she always like that?
I'm gonna give him a
I have
pouty
no
face and
idea.
just like tuck my tack lash back into my little armor pouch.
Oh, you can pout at me all day, sweetie. Don't worry about that. That's fine.
I'm gonna ignore your comment.
He just makes a sly sexual comment, and just slides into the fucking passenger seat of the truck.
Exactly.
Top of the screen it says Kai will remember that.
Fucking, your guy just shakes his head, just like gives that motion of like, I'm not awake enough for this, and just walks into the truck. He's like, y'all ready? Let's mount up.
The entire ride, I'm gonna ask him questions about driving.
He'll answer them the best he can. I mean, like, he's driving like it ain't shit. So, I mean, he's just kind of like, yeah, on these corners, just kind of like, like you go so fast on the straights, right? And then when you get to a corner, you just kind of like let off the gas, you tap the brakes a little bit, and you just gotta make sure your entry is not too fast. Like yesterday, right? You're just giving it all power, all the gas. You're not worried about like braking. But here on like the on the surface, you got to worry about like slowing down, like way before the entry into the turn, right? So a lot different than racing in space.
Racing in space.
Yeah,
I-
space
I'm-
This
racing
is
is
pod
actually.
racing.
I'm gonna look at everybody else and be like, racing, quote unquote.
I'm gonna kind of a culture check just to figure out like why he wouldn't have a beard after what's going on.
Yeah, go for it.
Like what's going on? It's like, what the heck? All right, there we go.
He's
9.
not married. That's why he doesn't have a beard. He's not married.
Okay, cool.
Like, because you get the sense of like, so dwarves don't start growing beards until they're men, right? But to quote unquote be a man in dwarven culture, you have to be married, and he's not. So thus no beard.
Okay.
Now
I don't
this
know if
is
that's
pod
the,
racing.
I don't really know if that's the point of contention. Then that's probably
No, he's
strange.
just it's kind of a point of contention. You get the gist that it's like, so you can't grow a beard until like you're married, right? But and so thus until you're married, you're not really considered a man, so you're kind of roped in with the youngsters. So you could be like 30 fucking years old as a dwarf, and if you're not married, you're still considered a youngster.
He doesn't earn their man.
Yeah, so it's kind of like it's kind of like that effect that like like when you as like us in like real life, when you're like 19, right? You're like 19 years old, you're like you've been an adult for like a year, but like everyone still kind of like considers you a youngster. Like it's that point, it's that transitional phase in life where you're like fuck you guys, like come on. Anyway, yeah, you guys get to the next way station pretty uneventfully. You see some interesting stuff on the road as you're driving by, like there was a shipment of adamantine ore that goes past you guys, but on the back of the truck sitting were dwarves in like fucking basically like radiation suits with weapons.
What the?
What kind of weapons, Sakara?
They look to be just normal, like, plasma rifles.
Uh,
And there's like normal miners, or just to look like more heavily armored, like a security force.
They look like normal miners that are kind of acting like security.
As a pass,
Does the Geiger counter go up at all, or
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it does like a little bit,
but not
anytime.
like a drastic amount?
No,
like-
not a drastic amount. Not anything that would warrant you going, fuck.
And they're on a truck that's empty, or is like full?
No,
or
it's
something?
full of ore. But like the other truck,
And we can see the ore, right?
the other truck that you saw that had the adamantine ore that passed you the first time didn't have anything like that.
So with my perception check, I'm trying to. It's like since everyone already claimed the cab, I'm in the back, and as they pass by, I'm gonna actually like intently look at them as we pass. Do I see anything that's even beyond like what you described that seems out of place?
No. Outside of what I've described, I mean, it doesn't look like it doesn't look like anything's out of place. It's really, it's bizarre to you, like, because like the first shipment you saw didn't have that. So
I'm gonna bang on the hood of the cab and yell to the dwarf. You guys ever have guards on your trucks?
oh, we do now since the rebellion's been in play. Rebels will steal the frickin' adamantine ore.
I'm gonna yell back. Not a big fan of the rebellion.
Yeah, I mean everybody's got to do something, right?
I mean, he does have a point. We all have our jobs.
Because so you just arm normal miners with the weapons, or is it just a
I mean,
volunteer and don't have enough people to guard them all?
it's more like a volunteer. Like if you're if you want to get some extra to make some extra money, you can volunteer for the armed escort. But I mean, obviously, not everybody's willing to shoot other dwarves. So
Why don't you
have
do
enough
it?
people then?
I mean, it could be good for you. Finding a wife and all.
I ain't about time to find a wife.
He looks like what, 50?
No, he looks more like 26, 27, like barely an adult in dwarven years.
Is he about that life?
You get the sense he's not genuine about that. He's really not about that life.
He's thought slaying. It's fine. Get over. Like he's on Team Radigan. I get it. I feel you, fam.
He's not about that life. He doesn't want to get married yet. Fuck that. So yeah, you reach the next checkpoint. Or the next way station. There's no trucks on this way station, which is interesting because there was the two trucks before you, like at the other way station. They must have just drove past.
Interesting.
Because you guys let him go first. He kind of like pulled the truck out, let them all go, and then.
And how many days is it between way stations again? You said.
No, it's about a day. There's a way station every day.
Or about a
Yeah,
day
they
away from the
must-
mine entrance.
They must have hauled a lot of ass then. I mean, maybe they
He's
maybe they
like
didn't want to meet up with us again.
Seems dangerous.
Maybe. No, it's I mean, you don't have to stop at the way stations, obviously. It's just like you shouldn't be driving that long. But I mean, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna look over at Chief and say, I don't know, crash.
Wow.
Bruh, we did not crash.
He's like the dwarf kind of like just like shakes a finger, like, you're not wrong.
I'm just imagining Chief's voice is a little pitch. Bruh, we didn't crash, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Bro, we didn't crash.
Annoying pitch of voice too.
Listen, I don't you know what you're fucking talking about there, boys? All right.
Hey guys, it's not very fun.
Cake to Mickey Mouse.
You're
Just
Mickey
because-
Mouse
just because-
confirmed.
Shade's a little bitch doesn't mean it's my fault, huh? All right, huh?
Oh my god. Oh my lord.
Wow. Just, that's a little spot on, bro. That's like convincing.
I may have a lot of practice.
I'm not
It's
sure you
fine.
should be proud of that.
Yeah,
Wait, why
Listen.
do you have so much practice?
Because I could do it all through high school, and my friends thought it was hilarious.
Oh god.
And
Well-
it's even more fun to say creepy shit like, if only there was somewhere you could hide. Huh?
A body.
Oh Christ.
I'm gonna
All right.
That's a little creepy.
I'm gonna kill your family, huh?
God.
Ain't no brakes on this train, huh?
Jesus. All right. Hidden talents have
This
been
is canon
revealed.
now. I hope you all know that.
100% canon now. Fucking Christ. All right.
Lovely.
So yeah, way station. You're there. Nothing crazy. Nobody stops in either. A couple trucks pass you by too. But the night passes uneventfully if you guys aren't going to do anything like extraordinary.
I pull a nuclear launcher out of my back pocket and blow up the mine. Feels good.
I'm gonna start tinkering with my explosives just to make sure everything's fine on the travels.
Yeah, go for it.
Can I?
Perfect.
Is it possible to wash my armor?
Yeah, I mean, you could use water from like the way stations have like sinks basically for like and like water pumps for like water. So like you could use like the water from the water pumps.
Okay.
I'm basically if there's nothing crazy going on at each way station, I'm basically just gonna spend my downtime like just cleaning my gear off after every trip, like make sure my gun's ready to go, my armor isn't too fucked up like he's doing.
Pretty much, just relaxing. Right.
I guess if we're not doing anything else, I want to use my AI to see if I can contact its secondary brain on the ship still.
No, you cannot. It's static. At this point, like, so the first way station it was spotty, but it wasn't much of an issue. Once you calibrated for it, second way station, it was like, yeah, this is not going to work. And then here at the third way station, you're like, yeah, no, like you don't even get a signal.
Okay.
Lovely.
So, right again, go ahead and make an engineering check. Give me that.
Blow us up.
Give me the engineering check, Chief. Baby, please.
When I first looked at that, I thought it said 1, and I was like, "What do we roll for resisting dying?"
That's only
You roll hit points.
Radius, I don't know what you're talking about.
So you fucking so Chief just pulls out what looks like just a bunch of grenades like all pinned together on some crazy fucking like trigger device. He just starts tinkering with it.
That seems safe.
Well, I don't want to fuck with that too much in this mine, man.
It looks homemade as fuck, let me tell you.
Would I know that the grenades would probably do nothing to the mine?
You would know that it would take fucking some serious blasting powder.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, don't be such a baby.
I'll just look at your side.
I can't handle the
Please stop. No.
It's no longer canon.
No, it's absolutely canon. Fuck you.
How much do I have to roll an engineering check?
Don't be
just to
such a baby.
do I have to roll an engineering check that like actually like it's not gonna hurt us at all.
Anybody who wants to like take an eye at it, it'd be engineering.
It won't hurt the cave. It'll hurt you.
Now I roll well. God dang it.
I mean, it's homemade as fuck, but I mean, he's not wrong.
This is not my first rodeo, guys. Come on.
I mean, it's homemade as fuck, but like it looks like it's pretty spot on. Like he's like, it's not gonna hurt. Like it's not gonna hurt the mine, and then you're just like, yeah, okay, he's right. And then it's like, it's well put together.
Can I sense motive to see what he intends to use that for?
Sure. It is an improvised explosive device, and in your line of work, there are only 2 ways to use that.
Yes,
Great.
it's true.
We're all gonna die.
Listen, they're all gonna die.
Look, there's only 2 ways to use that. Boom, yeah, and kaboom.
Yeah.
That's it. There's only 2 ways to use that.
And since everyone's like looking at me, I'm gonna be like,
By the way, I've got 3 more.
and I'm gonna like pull open my bag. There's 3 more of them sitting in the bag.
I'm gonna go to the far side of this area and be like, I'm not sleeping anywhere near you.
I guess I'll walk up. It's
Sleep
like
really
just
far away.
so. How do they work? You just pull the pin and throw them? Or...
No. So I have them.
I've got them hooked up to my computer on my arm. So basically, I put them somewhere, and then I hit a button, and boom! Everybody dies.
God. I guess I'll pull up my own frag. It's like, oh, yeah, this one I just pull it and throw.
Standard operating procedures.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I got a frag.
oh fuck!
And then you press this button, click. Oh shit!
Put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye.
Holy shit!
I'm just picturing like really high pitched mouse screaming like, "Go fucking do it!" And then everything explodes.
The good news is, if he does blow up, there will literally be nothing left of him.
I just keep going over it in my head, and it's just beautiful every time.
Oh shit!
And you just push this button here. And... Oh fuck!
Demonstrating it's a click. Oh shit.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
So besides Mickey Mouse fucking with IEDs and Lou Akbaring,
That's racist.
How is your lawyer again? How?
I'm gonna say that I've been through I've been through the legal system.
I
enough
took online classes at a community college. It's fine.
Yeah, I just know. I just have been through it enough that I can basically represent myself as a pro se lawyer.
Oh, so like every case you're about to lose, the other client mysteriously disappears?
Yeah. How did you know?
Oh my gosh.
fucking kaboom, baby. All right.
I'm so mad Wayward's missing this because he was 100% going to be like the guy that's dragging me away from murdering people, and he's missing the voice and everything. It would have been perfect. It would have been fantastic.
This would have been beautiful. Shit. Hold on. Need to recover. Whew. Okay. So, morning comes. No one's dead
Thank God.
That's unfortunate.
yet.
I know, right?
Great.
And you guy, your guy kind of gets up, kind of like sees, like you guys are kind of tense. Looks over at Chief and just kind of like gets his eyes like as big as this fucking moon. He's like, "Are those? You know what? Never mind." And he just goes to the truck.
You want to hold one?
Nope.
And I'm gonna look at the guy as he does that. I'm like, and you let him drive.
I'm good. All right. You know what? I'm just gonna drive the truck. It's all
Good
right.
news is, if it did crash, we would all be dead, regardless of what happened.
Hopefully he's better with those than he is at driving.
He said he had a place in, so.
All right. So you guys drive. Your guide's kind of like, all right, I guess fuck it. We're just gonna sleep in the truck because I just don't want to stop at way stations anymore. We're gonna drive the rest of the way to the fucking mine.
You want to trade off?
You know what? No, I'm good. So the next day is like uncomfortable, especially for those of you in the back of the truck and even in the cab because the cab's kind of cramped. So I mean, sleeping in the truck is not a fun experience at all. It's manageable. It's just not fun.
Mm-hmm.
But then you guys, get to the mouth of the mine. Basically, when you get there, you are greeted by what looks like a giant fucking metal door. That basically like decompresses and like depressurizes and slides open really slow. And there's like a whole line of trucks, like fucking like 20 fucking trucks trying to go in to the mine. And as the door slides open, you see like basically into like this complex, and there's about 30 fucking trucks that like come out, and you know the 20 trucks go in, and you guys are at the mouth of the mining column.
Yay, a new map.
Whoa,
Where's
coronation?
where are we entering from?
You guys enter from the basically the bottom here is where your guys' truck is, but you guys enter in from the west lock. I'm not gonna put tokens on this map because it's basically
I
just like a
recognize this map.
Yeah. Yes, you do, don't you?
Yeah.
This is a placeholder map, so it just doesn't really matter. Like this is just to give you a
I
general
found it
layout.
whilst
of
trying
the
to find
place.
maps.
Yeah. Yes, you do. You do. I remember you talking about this map actually. Anyway, there you go. It's a placeholder map. I'm not gonna fucking like do anything crazy with it. I'm not putting tokens on here. This is just so you can navigate around. So basically this is you guys come up the elevator, so here. Boop. And out the east lock and the west lock here are like more like another module to this, so another fucking like habitation module here. And then out those is where the mine is.
Okay.
Where's the mine?
The mine is out the other modules. So if you're gonna go out the west lock, you're basically gonna go out this twice. You're adding the mine. So
Okay.
funny enough, you guys are pretty fucking close to the mine. While you're here, though, you guys will be staying in the visitor dorm.
Yay!
There's 3 beds in the visitor dorm.
Yes,
bunk
there
beds.
is. So you guys, half of you will be staying
Oh
here.
hell!
And half of you will be staying here. Actually, no, they are bunk beds. Yeah. So good luck with that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Dibs on the
6.
bottom bunk.
So wait, I'll take top.
Respect
mean-
the dibs.
I'll take bottom. I'm a bottom bitch. It's fine.
I'll sleep wherever. I don't really care. Just give me a bed.
So one person has to sleep on the floor, essentially.
I'll sleep on the floor.
I'll look at you. No, Kai, you are not sleeping. I mean, Face, you're not sleeping on the floor. I'm not saying Kai.
Now, yeah, a lady needs her beauty sleep. I can stay up for a while.
You can sleep with me. And I'll
Oh
wink at you.
god.
I'm going to ignore you.
Oh come on.
Yeah,
I'll be Little Spoon.
Oh God.
Not the only little thing he's offering.
No, it'll be completely platonic. Mostly platonic.
If you keep that up, I'll take your
It's gotta
little
be
spoon
face.
from you.
Is Kai gonna go ahead and roll insight on that?
Take
Yeah.
my rifle and start banging on the
I'll
top
do that.
bunk, Just.
Would I be the little spoon? Let's see.
Oh, I have no doubt you would take my little spoon, which is why.
No, you wouldn't.
I think we're all missing the very important question here is fucking names. Is Bandit and Shade on the same bunk?
Oh yeah, Band-Aid.
Oh yeah, they go ahead and share the same bunker, right?
They do. It's wonderful.
Okay, yeah,
They
they
have
have
to
to
be.
do that.
What? Why is it? What Band-Aid?
Then Kai and
I have no idea.
Chief are in one.
I am not sleeping near Chief.
Oh, come on!
Too bad.
Hey, you get the
party
top-
has decided.
We're gonna.
Why are you always
That-
going
that we
on the
ship
bunk
this.
beneath me whenever I sleep in a bunk? God damn it!
This is all you need to know about that.
Oh my god, do we have the picture?
Wait,
Yes.
Bandit. Who's Bandit?
Yes.
Who's Bandit? Again.
Why is this
Bandit
a
is
thing?
Bandit.
It's
No, sorry,
hashtag Band-Aid.
No,
Yep,
Band-Aid.
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 I get that. No, I'm trying to think of what. Oh God.
Why was that a thing again?
How did this become a thing?
We needed
That's all you
help.
need to know.
They
You don't
had a
even know more,
moment.
It's just a thing.
All right,
Oh,
there was a
God.
moment.
Well,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
when it was in
Very
the ship,
intimate
okay.
moment.
When's our moment, Face? That's what I want to know.
when did we have
This
a
is
moment?
my moment.
I'm just
Okay,
gonna.
we
I'm
have-
literally
we have
just.
that weird, awkward, like bromance moment, and then
I-
it's just like
I'm just
boom,
gonna
exploded.
turn to you and say, "Enjoy your
remember that.
sleep."
I'm gonna get all hurt and start cuddling with my rifle.
I'm gonna mutter under my breath. That's some strange compensation.
Farting right now.
I mean, Chief does have a hole if you need it.
I swear, I'm gonna put on my helmet and like turn on its like acoustic dampening thing. I assume it has something like that.
Yes.
I don't care. But put it on and just like lay back down and just. Ugh.
Thrax will literally just fucking sleep in the corner over here by the console, just like, okay, whatever.
Nobody loves me.
Feel like I'm missing something. God
I'm
damn it.
so misunderstood.
No one understands your sexuality.
We can't hear you because you have your acoustic dampener on.
I know. I'm
True.
still snoring.
Is this place like?
Can I go sit in the corner and play Rochambeau with Thrax?
Yes.
Is this place like busy at
Oh,
all?
nice.
Is there anything to go like see or do?
Wait, do you cheat because you have more arms than I do?
I don't know. I guess we play you have two arms, so with one hand you're playing one game, and the other hand you're playing another game as well.
Okay, sounds good. Thrax will automatically lose because he can't track that many fucking hands.
I do like sometimes I have like all four of them going at once.
Yeah, Thrax will still play like to the best of his ability. He he's just losing horribly because he can't track it. It's actually quite comical.
Anybody want to play Spinny Top?
No.
Oh god, no, not Spinny Top.
What's Spinny Top?
Play spinning top. Come on now.
Do you have the fucking
The
top
macro?
roller?
No, because I don't have the roll table.
Macro, yeah.
Oh, okay. You don't
I
have
just
the
know what the
macro.
numbers mean.
Okay. What does it spin? Like a 1D?
The D4.
Yeah, 1D4.
That means happy.
Happy, yeah.
It
High
could
tech
be a
soul.
good or bad thing. Nobody knows except for her.
I'm not happy because my crush doesn't like me. It's fine.
It's bad, man.
Here's
Bible thwomp.
Bible thwamp.
If you roll a 1d4 and get a 2, then it was meant to be.
That's sad.
Exactly.
So is this place like bustling with people, or is it pretty quiet? Or what?
When you guys get in here, it's like there's not a whole lot of foot traffic. It looks like about something like 20 people live in here, live in each habitation module if there aren't any visitors. So it's not like bustling with people, but it's like got enough.
I assume we got here like late night, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we did.
it's
Okay.
late. All right, so it is sleepy time.
Yeah, it is in
As
fact
I figured.
sleepy.
Sleepy
So you
time,
guys go
best
to bed.
time.
You wake up in the morning and you're greeted to like you are woken up in the morning by the administrator, and he's just kind of like this like white bearded like mangled mess of like hair, like just fucking like opens your thing and just kind of like looks in there and is like, all right, breakfast.
What?
Except Bandit, you don't hear shit because you have fucking dampener.
I'll lean down, just like bang him on the shoulder. Breakfast.
Oh, I could eat something better than rations. Okay.
Are you two banging already? Well, I'm out of here.
We're not banging.
I don't know what's going on here. It's fine. With you people.
There's still
So you
time.
got the mess hall's a little
It's always
cramped.
time.
The mess hall's a little cramped. It's only really meant to sit like fucking like 20 people at a time, 20 but there's an extra like 6 of you, 7 or there's an extra like 8 of us, so it's just kind of like cramped in there. But you know, it's all the dwarves, they're eating. It's kind of a hearty breakfast. It's like fucking, you know, fucking like bacon, some sort of like other protein. You're not quite sure what it is. It tastes pretty good. Some bread, some fucking like fruit of some kind. Not quite.
Is there
sure
any
what.
cheese?
There is in fact cheese.
I'm eating cheese.
I want veggies. I'm a vegetarian.
There are no veggies there.
Good luck.
I don't think dwarves
Feels
even know
hungry,
the
man.
meaning of veggies.
Hands you some cheese.
I'm just gonna eat some fruit.
Yeah, there is a fruit. You're not quite sure what the fruit is. It doesn't taste bad. You're just like you've never seen it before.
Can I sense motive on the fruit?
Sense
No,
out
you
of
cannot.
context quote. Can I sense motive on the fruit?
Can I sense
What
motive?
would it be to identify the food that we're eating, like that we don't know? Not
Like I guess like a medicine check or a nature check of some kind.
Gotta be trained for medicine.
You do
There's
have to
no
be trained
nature.
for medicine.
There's
Can we straight up roll intellect?
Yeah, you could roll straight intelligent if you wanted.
World culture for identifying.
God damn it, I'm
culturally
stupid.
typed food.
You
You're dumb
could.
as fuck.
You could do that.
See if I can see if it's like a cultural food that we're eating.
I don't even know if it's fruit. I'm just eating it.
Yeah, I'll take that 29.
So the fruit is is actually like an underground fruit that like only grows in like damp underground environments, absent from the sun.
Can you describe to me the flavor palette? Is it floral in taste?
It's bland at first, and then like as you bite into it, right? Like this, like it's basically got like the texture palette of peaches, except it's like bland until you get about halfway through it, and then when you bite into the core is when it actually like tastes like some sort of like peach orange hybrid.
That's oddly sexual. Thank you.
Insert Gordon Ramsay rage quote about the food.
Yes. And the meat that you're not quite sure what you're eating, you're about 90% sure that is some sort of humanoid creature you are eating.
Great.
Yeah.
Food's
Okay
food.
then. Yeah, I'll like pass on like I think we're eating some sort of humanoid. What?
Maybe we're eating halflings or something like that.
Can I like roll a culture to see if like there's anything that they did eat like this before?
Yeah, go for it.
Man, I'm happy I
Plus
don't
2.
eat meat.
I think it can repeat my 29.
I got 5. It's good enough.
They're just like, okay, whatever.
May
Good
I
enough.
roll a culture specifically to see if dwarves are cannibals?
Yeah, go for it.
Ooh, I want to do that too.
Dwarves cannibals.
You're like, wait,
Are they
humanoid
cannibals?
Dwarves, cannibals. No, dwarves are not cannibals.
Cool. I don't give a damn. I'm eating it.
Wow.
But
okay.
when it cannibal means you're eating dwarf.
Cannibal would mean that yes, you were like dwarves eating dwarves.
It's not dwarf.
It's not.
Not for
dwarf.
me.
I'm gonna get another one of those oddly sexual fruits.
Ugh. Don't stop.
Believing.
Massive plate of bacon for me.
Yeah, like
Bacon,
so. It's
bread,
definitely
some
bacon.
cheese.
It's definitely bacon. That's definitely cheese. That is definitely bread. Like, but that other meat that they're all eating is some sort of humanoid. Not quite sure. And that fruit is like a fruit that like the dwarves just grow in their minds because it's actually nutritional.
And I'll have some fruit. So I'll have
Laughs
Laughs and vegetarian.
Just like eat under my scarf.
Stuffs food under your scarf.
Yeah,
It's
because
fucking
Kethas
bacon. Fuck off.
have
yeah.
a culture thing about revealing their mouths to other people.
Right.
It's weird.
Yeah, so yeah, Heavy's just kind of like has like his like little bandit scarf like across his face, and he's like eating without lifting it up.
We fought and bled together. You still can't show. Okay, whatever.
That's more of a cultural thing than anything else. It's more of you have to actually be intimate with the other person before that you can actually see their full face. And I don't swing that way with at least with you.
God damn it, Remically.
Could you can be convinced to think that way?
Calm down.
What the fuck have you done?
as fucking Silver just strikes a pose.
But while we're eating breakfast, memes aside, I would like to actively interact with the dwarves and try to gauge the general opinion of this outpost between the oh god damn it, the Federation and what was the other group again? The
Rebels.
Just the rebellion faction.
no, the it's the
The
two
corporation.
corporation. Thank you.
Oh, the corporation. Oh yeah, go for it.
So the general sense of corporation versus
No,
Federation sentiment in the
so
camp.
unlike in 5th edition, right? If you sleep in armor, you actually take heavy penalties for sleeping.
So
in
we
armor.
would all be not in armor right now?
You are not in armor right now, unless you took the time when you woke up to actually put your armor on. Like putting on heavy armor takes something like 20 minutes.
What about
but
light
for light armor, but light armor it only takes like 5.
I'd toss that. The light armor.
I mean, I would have slept with just my helmet on, right? So I could
Yeah.
have the
Yeah,
the-
and that's
the
that's
dampening.
fine. That's fine. But like, you can't actually sleep in like armor. I mean, you can. It's just you incur penalty.
All right.
So go ahead if you want to gather information, which would be. There used to actually be a role. That actually is a role in Pathfinder. But I don't know what it's going to be in this one. I guess you
Like
could just.
diplomacy, I guess.
Yeah, you could diplomacy the room.
Can more than one of us diplomacy the room? I
Yeah,
don't
you
believe
could
so.
diplomacy the room. You're just if you're just gonna sit there and just kind of like
Can I help
impact-
him?
Yeah, you could.
All the sense motive
Oh, yeah.
answers.
Did I help him?
Yeah, you helped him.
So it's plus 6,
so-
24 total.
God damn it!
Yeah.
I can't overshow when it comes to sense motive.
Rip.
So 24 total. You get the general gist that basically everyone here at at least on this wing of the outpost.
Mhm.
Because if you go out the east lock, that's to the other wing right? But
Yes.
Westlock's over here to the mine. Like in just this part of the outpost, you get the general consensus of like the 20 or so miners here that they just want to do their job. They don't care who owns the place. They don't care like who's buying what. They just want to do their job. As for the corporation, they think it's a little shitty that they would give them like basically like they think it's a little shitty to like that they would give us like elective power to like have like a council to like run the planet down here and then not like afford it any power, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's not like they're like super mad about it.
Hashtag we need a revolution.
Do any of them appear to be
There
criminal
already
in
is
nature?
What? Does anyone need?
Does anyone appear to be criminal in nature?
No. Not to your eyes, no.
What if I
What
look
about-
with my special eyes?
God damn it. Why would you meme on me? I mean, yeah, if you want to make a roll, you can, but like, as you're looking over the room, like, no one looks like to be a criminal. They all just look like dingy miners.
I believe you. I trust you, Dad.
Where?
After breakfast, if you guys don't have any more questions.
Where do I? How big do we think this nuclear device is?
It could fit in a shuttle. Anything smaller than that, though, probably not.
It's literally just a billion of these mining charges strapped together. So
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, you could fit in a shuttle. Like, how big would it be moving through these tunnels? Like, would it have to fit in one truck? Would they have to take it apart and put it on more than one truck and put it back?
You're
together
thinking
later?
they'd probably make an engineering check if you're trained in engineering.
Yep. I am.
Hey,
They'd have to take it apart and put it in multiple trucks.
Approximately how many? Like, how many do I think?
Probably like probably have to split it up into 3 trucks. Although you're not quite sure, like that's just what you're theorizing from what you've heard of the mining charges. You haven't seen the mining charges up close.
Okay. Would they have anywhere in this little area?
Not here. They'd have them out in the mine. Yeah.
Okay. I'll make the point that once we get to the mine, we can actually inspect some of the mining charges themselves, just to see how they'd be put together, how they'd actually construct this thing. So once we finally find it, we know possibly how to disarm it.
After breakfast, the administrator kind of looks you guys over as everyone's shuffling into the galley to like put their dishes away and shit. He kind of like looks you guys over and goes, "So you're the Federation?"
That would be us.
All right. Well, if you head on over with me to my office, I'll get you your gear.
Clean up the rest of my plate, toss it in the sink.
I'm gonna grab a fruit to go.
So
are
you guys head
there
over-
major leftovers after the meal?
Not really.
Like a
Not
storm
that
in your
you-
cheeks, are you?
I wasn't gonna think of bread, but
No, yeah, I mean, there's like basically it looks like
Is
fruit and
there
bread stay out all the
garlic
time.
bread?
No, there's no garlic bread. It's just regular bread.
Friggin' Italian.
Garlic bread is
If you don't have
delicious.
garlic bread, I'm tilted.
Yeah, it's just regular bread and fruit, and it looks like that stuff stays out all the time. Like not like all the time, like until it rots, but it looks like that's always available. So like you can just take some if you want. Just fucking go on your way.
Cool.
So office, you guys head over to the office. He hands out like a hazmat suit to all of you guys, like a radiation suit to all you guys, and like a grappling device.
Lovely.
Cool beans. Cool beans.
Says
Exciting.
so he hands out radiation suits to all you guys and like a grappling device. He's like, "All right, well,
Sweet.
when you're out there,
These stats.
stage of the tracks. Make sure
Deviation
that you
suit.
don't deviate from your guide. If you do, there's no telling what could happen to you. You could fall into a sinkhole and go 50 feet into a cave. Like,
Like,
and then you're
my
dead,
shaft
and there's
number
nothing
5.
we can do." So, also, when you're out there, pay attention. Sometimes the rocks, they fall and you hit in the head. And, I haven't met any person yet that can survive a 13 ton boulder hitting him in the head.
Rocks fall.
Duly
You'll die.
noted.
Splendid.
That's
Uh,
essentially the rocks fall. You'll die. The end of speaking.
Yes.
there.
also,
Is there a computer in his office? Just looking around.
yeah, there's a computer in his office.
Where would we find this in the book?
He's also like, and if you find anything weird, like say rebels or something, just I don't know, get them out of my mind.
Oh, we can do
Simple.
that. I'm gonna smile and just like nudge the person next to me.
That's the plan.
Outside of that, I have really no further things to tell you, other than most of the men here just want to work. So if they're busy, try to stay out of their way. Dangerous bit. Some of the parts of the mine they're little unstable as we're still trying to get the reinforcements in there. So if they're mining and it doesn't look safe, it probably isn't.
Are there any particular parts of the mine that are being
Shaft
mined
5.
like, busy more than the others? Like where you have a lot of focus?
Shaft 5, we're trying to mine that out to make it a little safer, considering the shaft leads directly into a cavern. That was a bit of a mess, let me tell you.
We've heard.
The shaft 3, always pretty busy. A lot of iron in that one. And obviously there's shaft 1, where all of the adamantine comes in and out of the mine.
That's where the men, the armored guards would have been coming out of.
Yes. Stupid council members thought it'd be a good idea to have some of us volunteer for fucking armed escorts because fucking the rebels steal our shit.
The rebels steal your shit. No, no, it makes sense. I mean, that's pretty valuable from what I hear, so it doesn't hurt to have some security.
It is priceless, my friend.
So security couldn't hurt, I'm sure.
And the rebels never steal any of our stuff.
They'd be dumb enough to try, right?
Have you met the dwarf? Have you met the dwarf miner? Strong in the arms. Punch you right in the face. You'd be out in no time. Rebel or not.
Dwarves
No.
have Russian accents confirmed. Like,
Assuming
Confirmed.
you've
No canon.
seen Rebel is.
Yeah. I mean, some of the men they took up arms, right? I can't speak for everyone. Everyone's got to do something, right?
And where would the
Why does everyone keep saying that? I understand that everyone has to do something, but like you're already doing something. This is an additional something to what
Hey,
you're
would you like-
already doing.
From those sense motive checks, I mean, he's pretty genuine with you. He's like basically just telling you, like, don't deviate from the path. Like, he doesn't seem to be deceptive at all in everything he says. He's being genuine. Like, he's kind of annoyed that you're here.
has there
I
been
would be too, to be honest.
have there been any rebel sightings lately?
Not since the original fighting, no, but I heard there was some in the Shirian mine, and of course there's always some over in the Veshk mine. I mean, the Veshk, they're very strong, and he'll kind of point at night, very strong and bullheaded people.
You mean the Shirian mine, the one that butts up against yours?
No, yes, it does butt up against ours. That shaft has been collapsed for eons, though. Well, I mean, not actually eons, more like 20, 30 years.
All right. Off to the mines then.
Yes, if you see anything, of course, document it and do whatever you have to do. Just don't fuck up my mind.
I'll pointedly look at Chief and just kind of like shoot him a glance.
I am scheming in the corner, so I don't even notice.
A glance
He's
at our-
actively scheming.
It's like,
Actively scheming.
I'm assuming we're gonna get ready to like go into the mine. Is he gonna walk out with us?
No, your guide, actually, that came here, that drove you guys here, is going to walk out with you.
No, but by that I mean like, is he leaving his office?
Oh no,
Or
no,
is
no.
he,
The,
he's staying in his office?
yeah, the administrator's gonna stay in his office.
Shit. Okay.
Do any of
That's
us
right.
notice you scheming?
Oh, like by scheming, I mean I'm like deep in thought and not paying attention to you guys
Is there anything?
and what's going on.
But we wouldn't actually know that you're
No, he
I'm
looks to
not-
be deep
I'm
in
not,
thought.
like,
You have no idea.
rubbing my hands and like
dang.
whatever. I'm just like thinking and like kind of off daydreaming. So I guess you could notice if you were like looking at me, but I'm not doing anything creepy or weird.
Okay.
Did I notice any like access panels or anything like that while
I
we
don't
were
know.
walking
Did you
through?
make a perception check?
Did Senpai notice you?
Do you notice Senpai?
You do
Nope.
not.
You do not. No, you didn't notice anything like out of the ordinary.
Not out of the ordinary, but like a computer basically, or like a thing that would have like a centralized system to it.
He
No,
wants to hack the planet.
no, he wants to hack the planet. No, you can't hack the planet. Sorry.
Ride the waves.
I'm
of
really sad that
cyberspace.
I can't notice anything because I was going to do something very stupid for you.
Oh, Christ.
So well, whatever. I'm ready to leave for the mines.
To the
I'm-
mines of Moria. No.
The mines.
The mines, rough to leave the mines, the mines, the mines,
To the mines.
to the mines, to the mines.
New map,
to
Poggers?
the
Possibly.
mines.
PogChamp?
Possibly. Depends on what you fuckers do in there.
How strong were the walls of this mine again? Because I have artillery laser and it's known for going through fucking bunkers and shit.
Oh,
Pretty strong.
God, we're all
Okay.
going to die.
I don't hope I missed. I'm not gonna like collapse the fucking mine.
No. I mean, like you're looking at like,
Yeah, it's
miles
steel.
of fucking rock and shit
Yeah.
like that. You're not.
Just don't
you're
roll
not-
despair,
you're not
okay?
wor- Yeah, you're not fucking worried
Just
about
roll
it. It's
despair.
just,
So
yeah, don't-
we're here to essentially like check out the mine. Is there like should be like a cover or anything like that? Or are we like environmental inspectors or something like
Our
that?
job is
Oh no,
just...
they know you're fucking here to like look for the rebels. They don't know why you're here to look for rebels. They don't know that you're looking for the nuke per se, but they know you're here looking for rebels. So
Rebels.
rebel scum.
Okay, as everybody leaves, can I walk back inside the guy's office?
Yeah, he's
Yeah, go
still in his office though, right?
yeah, he's still in his
Yeah.
office.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna... So, he made us rant about the Federation and stuff, not really being super happy, right? I'm gonna walk up to him and tell him that, we're not all here just for the Federation. Some of us are here for other reasons. And is there any thing in particular you can help me with? Then I'm gonna... I guess, I don't actually know how the fuck graphite skin works. The carbon skin. I know it's it's like Gigi's outfit, right? In Overwatch?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm gonna, peel down part of it to, show my, tattoo of my syndicate. Be like, yeah, sure, I might be here under that banner, but I have my own motives. Is there anything you can give me? Consider it a deal for, I'm gonna kind of I am saying you never know when you might need a friend in a high place.
He looks at your tattoo kind of confused, like with that look of okay. And he'll just be like, no.
Shut down.
Trying to think if I want to do this. I don't think I want to.
Go be kinky.
You
somewhere
may
else.
not think that you want to, but do you want to?
Well, if I could have gotten one roll, I would have done it. So never mind. I'm good.
All right.
Okay, so you walk out.
Yeah, if I had gotten the roll, I was gonna try to while engaging in conversation, I was gonna try to sleight of hand his access, any access stuff he has to his personal stuff.
You can go.
No, but it would have been easier if I was actively engaged with him.
Okay.
All right. To the mine.
Of Moria. I mean, what?
Speak, friend, in it.
All right, let's go mining. I'm just gonna roll this because I want to know, but I'm not doing it. God damn it. Okay, we're good. Let's go, mines.
So you guys get to the first part of the mine, and you guys get taken straight to basically mineshaft 1, which is where they kind of tell you to
Adamantite.
put the radiation suits on.
Adamantine.
And you guys go into the mineshaft 1 down to the adamantine, and it's deep. Like it's like way deep. Like you guys are walking for like what you can assume is like a couple of miles before you actually get to the mine track.
Back to
And
the
then-
pit, haha.
But and then once you get to the mine track, you guys kind of like get into like the fucking like levy carts, and you just kind of like ride the mine shaft down for like what feels like literally an eternity before you actually get to an area like it that stops the track. Like there's a track stop, and you get there, and it says active blasting zone. Caution.
We all
I'm
collectively
immediately
look
gonna
at
start
Chief.
looking around for explosives.
You guys get past that little area, and there's like it's really interesting because you get like to that area, and there's like a bar, like not like bars, like a barred wall like you would see in prison, and then like a gate. And so he opens the gate, but you guys step through, and like there's like a circular shelf, and like that you guys are sitting on, and to your left there's like like an office that looks like it's like a makeshift like office area. To the right was where all of like a huge staging area where you can see just rows upon rows of like mining charges and ore. There's like thousands of miners down here just running back and forth. And then if you guys edge close to the pit where the railing is, you can see down in the pit is just this massive, vibrant green vein of just adamantine ore.
Ooh, fancy.
At this office, I want to ask if there's like the officer. I'm just gonna ask a guy if there's like a map of the shaft at all of it all.
He'll look at you and like look at your uniform and just kind of look you up and down and be like, "Oh yeah, that's right. You guys are here. Great. Yeah. Give me a second." He kind of like pats at his chest like he was absent-mindedly like it should be in his like shirt pocket or some shit like that, and then just fucking like digs through his desk for a couple of seconds, and he's just like, yeah, here you go, and he gives you a copy of the map.
Cool beans. Copy the map.
Yay.
Always ask for the map, boys. Always ask for a map. I'm guessing how technical is this map? Do I have to make a roll for like figure
It's
everything out?
not like okay, so it's not like super technical, but it's not like you don't have to roll for it. You can kind of see. So there's Mineshaft, the one that you guys are in right now. And then next to it is Mineshaft 2, and it's got marked like various. And according to the legend, that means there's various fucking ore that comes out of it. Mineshaft 3, which has a huge X across it, means it's closed. Mineshaft 4 is also closed. Mineshaft 5 is got like various, but it's also got like a bunch of like caution tape like colors on it, and that means it's dangerous. And then there's Mineshaft 6, which was had like a little has like a little like various, but it's also got like a little connector break, and that means it used to connect to another mine, but now it doesn't.
Okay.
Guessing number 6 was where they connected up with the other mine shaft.
That's what you would assume. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's probably the best place to start.
Yeah,
Orange.
I mean, assuming they are, moving people and equipment through that old tunnel that supposedly collapsed, might as well check it out first. So that's my vote.
Now, are the shafts connected, or they have to go back in separate ways, or they?
No, you'd have to go. So they're all connected to the main shaft, which is the main entrance tunnel. So you'd have to go all the way back up this tunnel to the entrance tunnel.
All right. Well, I think we should just start with shaft 1 and just get our bearings.
Shaft 1's there's not much to see. It's basically like they they're big bore mining out all of the fucking adamantine ore. If you're in here though, while you're in the office, every so often you'll see like the dwarves just kind of like brace like against a desk or fucking against the wall or something, and you guys like after the first one will go off. It's fucking massive and loud. I need reflex saves for everybody.
Oh boy.
Don't roll though.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay, I rolled decently. I rolled 16.
Oh
So
fuck!
Kai falls on your ass, feels bad,
I
man.
have to actually fucking roll for myself, which is garbage. Hell, the fucking 20.
Nice.
Fucking +0 on that. That's hilarious. Nothing bad happens. If you didn't roll a 15, you fall flat on your ass.
Sick.
Feels bad.
No damage taken, but you do fall straight flat on your ass
Ah,
as you hear this deafening cacophony of fucking just explosives.
This deafening
And-
caca.
Caca of like just explosives. Like it just fucking like it throws you for a loop. Like your ears are ringing. You fucking, for those of you who didn't roll high enough, you fall flat on your ass. So you're on the ground. You're just like disoriented as fuck. And the dwarves will just kind of like half laugh and help anybody that fell down. like, up.
Warn someone next time when you're blasted. Jesus, fuck.
He's like,
I
we
have-
did. And then the literally the dwarf will look at you and say, "We did" at the door.
I'm gonna have the biggest shit-eating grin on my face. Like, I am so excited, and I'm going to be trying to get my hands on any of this stuff if I possibly can.
Oh dear God.
For those of you that asked the question earlier of how many you might need to make a massive yield nuclear device, there's a fucking massive stockpile of this shit like out in the open, so you guys can just go make an engineering check without really raising much alarm. So go
Yeah.
ahead
Oh, yeah,
and roll
sure, that's
if you
definitely what I'm
are
doing.
trained. If you are trained.
I'm not quite sure because it's not my specialty.
Yeah, fuck me. All right.
Bandit's not sure what it is.
Chief, you get a +5 since you make improvised explosive devices on the daily.
Are we all rolling this or?
If you're
If
trained
you're
in engineering, you can.
Okay.
Am I actually trained?
Ooh,
I don't know
shit.
why I'm trained in engineering.
Rip,
Bad
with a
rolls.
nat one.
I'm fucking trained in engineering. What the fuck?
Yeah, heavies are or soldiers are for some reason.
So 27?
Yeah, you get
Those
20.
shit rolls.
I'm looking at. I look at Chief. I'm like, you're the expert on this, man. What do you say?
Chief, they'd have to have a fuck ton.
Oh, I'm just gonna start laughing. I'm like, they have a bunch of this stuff.
Like,
oh
Chief,
man.
Chief, you're looking at like, okay, so for those of you to describe it, right? It's like these blasting charges are low yield nuclear warheads that come in crates, and each crate is about medium sized. It's probably about 5 feet in length, 3 feet deep, and it's got, if I think each crate fits something like 20 warheads in it. And these are stacked to the ceiling. The ceiling is 20 feet tall. And
Okay.
they are probably like they're probably in about 60-foot blocks of sections, and they
Oh,
have
Jesus.
like 20 of these blocks.
So I'm gonna look at Face and just be like, you need to get me some of these. I don't care how you do it, but I need this in my life.
Like,
Do
you're
you actually
you're
say
looking
that
at
to
the
me?
sheer-
Yeah, like I am looking at you with this like longing of like, you clearly can see that I'm thinking of like making a bomb. So like you probably shouldn't trust me.
I'm
but I
gonna turn
want
to the
every
nearest
fiber of my being.
dwarf, and I'm just gonna put on like. Actually, I guess I doesn't have a sweet face. She's very cold. I'm gonna turn to one of the dwarves and be like, "Excuse me, is it possible to have one of these blasting devices just in case we're out on the mine and need to clear some way?"
He looks at you and like
I'm gonna
With a
flutter my
stern-
eyelashes.
is no.
Come on, you can't trust us to be out there and be.
Can I get a little professional and like basically start laying on all of like the engineering knowledge that I have and be like, I know exactly how much I'll need to do exactly what I want to
And
do.
I'm gonna be like,
This-
listen, if you just give us one, the rat'll shut up,
He's like,
and we can all be
I
happy
don't
again.
care who you think you are. You are not walking out of this area with any of those nuclear devices. Like, we've already had We're already accused of being rebels. I'm not about to just hand these out willy nilly. Thank you.
I'm gonna look at him and be like, "But we're the Federation. You can trust
I
us."
don't care. You can walk. You can walk away now. This
I'm
is
just gonna-
our
my-
mine, our property.
my-
You're just here to inspect.
Well,
How
your
big?
mind
How big
is
is the device?
Well, okay, so
Apparently
Chief,
trying to
you
see
would
what it
know
is.
to make a fucking device big enough to be about 50 megatons in yield. It would take basically all the mining charges here.
Can your girl carry a mining charge?
You could. I mean, the mining charges aren't that. They're not that heavy. I think I have them set at 2 bulk apiece.
So
So wait, so what you're telling me is that to make a bomb the size of what we're looking for, we would need basically all the stuff that's sitting in front of us plus all of the charges.
No, that's how many charges are sitting in front of you. These charges come in like crates of 20 and they have them stacked to the ceiling, which is 20 feet high, and they have them sectioned off in 60-foot blocks, like
But
cubes.
But the bomb that's missing, like we're looking
effectively,
for.
what you're looking for would require the amount of material that you see in front of you, which is about
that's what I'm saying.
a couple of tens, about 10,000 fucking nuclear blasting charges.
So then, can I take a look at the map again?
I'll be like, I'll hold up the map.
And looking at the map,
to figure out where this would be.
yeah, like, is there any way that I could look at the map and be like, if I was gonna look to hide a bomb based on like how big it would need to be, this is the area I would probably do it in.
Shaft 5. That's the only place you'd probably do it in. It's dangerous, right? But it opens into a natural cavern, and the reason why it's dangerous is like when you look at the map, like a lot of the mines are like a lot of the mine is already done. Mining is done for them because it's a lot of just natural caverns and caves.
Okay, then I'm just basically gonna look and like tap on shaft 5 and be like, if I was looking like quietly, I'm assuming we're all kind of standing together, be like, if I was gonna hide a bomb that big, this is where I would do it.
I agree. The natural cavern would be great for it.
Sakara, I'm gonna walk back over to the dwarf that I just talked to. And I'm gonna ask him to arm wrestle.
What?
Christ.
You
Sure,
do
go
not.
for it.
What?
I'm gonna ask him to arm wrestle just to like prove my worth to him.
Sure, go for it.
God.
What do we roll for this? What's our contested roll?
Strength.
Sick. You
Good
go
luck.
for. Ready?
Yeah, hold on.
I believe in myself.
Ready?
Believe it.
There you go. I lose.
On 20.
Dang, I have the same modifier as you. That's sick. All right. I'm just gonna laugh and like slap him on the shoulder.
He just
and
kind of
walk away.
laughs when he beats you, and he's like, "Well, I mean, what do you expect from such a dainty little human?"
I'm very upset with that. I actually will, like.
You look. I mean, I'm assuming you out exteriorly look like
I
a
look more
dainty
human than
little
elf.
human. Yeah, you look more human than elf, and you look like you're a dainty little
I
human.
also pull my hair back to cover my ears. Like my hair's up to cover my ears.
Ugh. So yeah, you don't look.
Oh, Phil, you look human. You're human. You look human. There you
You're
go.
a dainty little human.
I am. I'll just walk away. It's
Thin
fine.
little weak arms.
I do. It's okay.
Off to shaft 5 then.
After she walks away, Jean wants to walk over and just kind of whisper into the dwarf's ear. So, out of curiosity, have any of these charges gone missing recently?
Not from us. I mean, we don't talk to the other mines. Like, we kind of keep to ourselves up here. But, I mean, obviously there has been claims that the rebels are stealing more than just the ore, but like weapons and armor and stuff like that. But, I mean, I guess they would steal some of the blasting charges because, I mean, they are nuclear charges, but, what they'd use them for, I have no idea. It's not like you can really do much with them.
Perhaps cave something out for all we know.
I mean,
But-
you could definitely shut down the mine. I mean, the blasting charges are pretty. When you're talking about normal mining and not mining this stuff, like you could easily collapse a mine shaft,
Mhm.
like an entire shaft, with one of these.
Agreed. And I'm sure that rumors spread. Have you heard any that might be helpful on investigation?
I mean, if you're looking for rebels,
Rebels, scum.
I wouldn't be here, honestly. I mean, most of the men here are hardworking individuals that just want to get paid. But, I mean, obviously you can't just skip over us. So if you're looking for anything that might be rebel activity, I would look for it in shaft number. I mean, 5 would be the easiest place to hide anything if you were hiding anything. Or one of the closed shafts, class shaft 3 or 4.
All right.
I mean, they're closed, but it's not like we collapse them when we close them. We close them because there's no more ore to be mined out of them. So I mean, they're still there. It's just no one goes there anymore.
And last question: are all that we'll find in these mines dwarves and their equipment, or are there other things lurking about in the dark?
Two-headed bat spiders.
Spooters.
That's a interesting question you might ask. No, there shouldn't be. Not anymore.
Not anymore. All right, noted. Thank you.
So directly to shaft 5, or gonna check out one of the other closed shafts first.
5 sounds like the best option for.
Yeah,
what we're
you have
looking for.
3 potential locations you can check. I mean, shaft 3 and 4, as he said, are closed, but it's not like they're non-operational. They're still full shafts. Like nothing bad has happened to them. Just there's no ore to be mined out of there, so no one goes in there anymore. They just closed them off. They're not supposed to be mining in there. Shaft 5 obviously is dangerous but is like just riddled with natural caves and tunnel systems. So obviously, if you're gonna hide anything in there, it'd be pretty easy. So up to you guys.
I got about like 10 minutes before I gotta call it because I still got stuff to do tonight. So
feels bad.
What time are we going to go to, anyways?
I was planning on going to what time is it there over there? It's fucking
9:52 p.m. Pacific time.
It's 1 a.m.
Oh yeah, it's about to be 1 a.m. over here. So I was thinking, like, since it's a Thursday night, we'd probably only play to like 1 or 2. So I mean, if we want to call it at 1, that's fine.
Could do another hour.
Or if we want to do another hour, that's fine. It's up to you guys. But I don't want to push it. I don't want to push it much past 10 o'clock because
We're in the shaft. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll check out the shaft for a little bit longer, but we'll probably call it in like 30 minutes. I think is a good idea, just because people have work and whatnot in school. So it's a weekday. So
it is a week.
3.5 hours. I think is good.
Well, since I only got like 5 minutes left to go anyway, I might as well just call it here. If you guys are gonna go explore the shafts, I'll have Val if you want to NPC my character, or just let him do his own thing. That's up to you.
Hashtag Band-Aid for the win. All right, noted.
Band-Aid.
Damn, I still don't know what you guys are talking about.
Okay.
And you never will.
One caveat: no weird shit with shade. All right.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right.
That never happens.
Jay,
Don't worry.
No weird shit with shade.
Don't hide in the closet, Necro. Come on.
I'll bring
But
you out.
it's so
It's fine.
comfy in here.
Hey, if I know of the moment, I will totally play it up. But just remind me what the moment was, so I can play it up, please.
Nope.
You
Don't
weren't
worry
there
about
for
it.
the moment. I actually
weren't there
RP'd
for
that
the
moment
moment.
for you.
Pardon me.
I said I RP'd that moment for you. It was the one time that everybody was having like this really intense like RP moment. Like you weren't there.
Okay, I will have to like go back and watch that. And that's right. Okay.
Basically, I saved you from your crippling alcoholism.
Oh yeah, you have crippling alcoholism now.
What?
Good luck.
Yep.
That's what happens when you don't show up for an RP session. I make up shit off the fly. Sometimes people are drug addicts. Happens.
I would never in my character would never be a crippling alcoholic.
You are now.
I mean,
You
all
are now.
it takes is one time, right? It's all right. You'll be fine.
He's a recovering alcoholic now, guys. God.
This is true. He is recovered.
I staged.
Maybe I was a bit of too much of a frat boy in my time. Fine, I'll lay in the frat boyness. Fine.
I staged a one-man intervention, and apparently now we're a meme. Now
It went really well.
Apparently, we're now a meme.
It went extremely well.
extremely.
Not that well.
Oh my god.
Listen, I just want to hook up with Face. That's all. That's all I need.
So every time
Just-
Bandit and Shade are in the same frame, we just play Every Breath You Take.
Jesus, could we not?
Please no.
Which one of them Sting?
Oh god,
Yes.
why?
Which one? I think Bandits Sting. Bandits definitely Sting.
Probably.
Kill me. I'm gonna end this session and kill myself. Okay.
KMS. Alright, so
characters, God damn it.
which fucking shaft are we going to, ladies and gentlemen?
5.
Get
essentially.
out of here.
Alright, to shaft
See ya.
5. Alright, you guys get to
See ya.
shaft 5, and there's it's the guy kind of
Zombies.
zombies everywhere. Fucking
And zombies.
you guys get up to shaft 5, and you get all the way, like, you get about something like half a mile down, and the guy kind of like halts you guys, and he's kind of like, you know, like motions for the grapplers, and there's like, you see that like on the side walls there's like obviously like hard points where you would put a grappler on, and so he just kind of clamps his on and like hooks it to like around his waist and like to his belt and stuff like that, and he just kind of like motions down. And as you guys get close to the edge, you'll notice that you got to go like 50 feet straight fucking down into this fucking shaft.
Great. Okay.
How bad is falling damage in this game?
1d6 per 10 feet.
All right,
So same as 5e, okay.
That's not bad.
Can I shape water to Breath of the Wild? This. Oh wait, sorry, wrong game.
You very much could if you had that.
To double check, so they gave everyone a grappler and then presumably some cable line, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you have like a little like a repelling motor that you can attach to your belt.
Mhm.
So
Like
you
I
guys
guess attach it and go down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's a little railed in, like roped off area to like have high visibility that tells you, hey, you're about to fucking walk off a cliff. And then you guys just go straight down, into this cave. It's fucking massive. It is 50 feet down to the bottom of the cave, but the cave is like almost like a perfect sphere. And it's like 50 feet in diameter. It's crazy. Like, this thing is massive. There is a bunch of dwarves down here. There's like easily like 400 or 500 just in this cave alone, just kind of milling about. It looks like they've got like a makeshift work area set up. Kind of like what you saw on Shaft 1. There's like a little makeshift office area, and there's like huge staging area. Except the staging area doesn't have like crazy fucking like blasting charges. It's just got a bunch of like powered like tools and shit like that in it, and like large battery charging stations. A bunch of like ventilation, like air filters, and like a bunch of ore just sitting there ready to go to the surface. You'll see that there's a pulley, like a crazy, like weird, like fucking like Rube Goldberg like pulley system machine set in place that's basically like automates all of the ore to the surface without them having to dedicate miners to pulling ore to the surface. It looks goofy as fuck though. So, what do you want to do?
Surface, you would presumably mean in the mine still, not like
yep.
the actual surface of the planet.
No,
okay.
not the actual surface.
Mine entrance.
Yeah, to the mine.
But this was supposed to be empty, right? Or no?
No,
This
no,
one-
no.
no,
This
this one's
one's
active.
this one's just like crazy dangerous.
Got it.
Lots of caves and whatnot, yeah.
I mean, I guess we got to go down, right?
Yeah, so you guys are in. You want to check in at the office? You guys want to just go straight in?
No, always check in the office to say we're here. Hi, and then move on. Do an
Alright.
inspection.
You go over. You're like, "Hey, we're here. We're Federation. We're gonna do an inspection." And he just kind of grumbles, like,
Is there a computer in the office?
"No, there actually isn't.
It's literally a cardboard box.
It is clipboards and paper."
You said there was a power station?
Yeah, there's a charging station for all the power tools. Yeah, massive, like basically like a battery.
If someone goes inside, I'll go in with you.
Okay, it's me and Kai then. I mean, Face. Oh my god, I can't say Kai. Shade and Face.
Do you plan on talking to anybody?
Oh, I don't know that we're here. So
While you do that, Sakura, I'm gonna try to see if I can get a glance down at the papers to look for any indication of coming and going. I just get an idea of how many people might be in the mine or may have come and gone for the day.
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and just make a perception check. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, no, it looks like they're on second shift. It looks like there was morning crew. It looks like this morning was only like 400 miners, but here at like the second rotation, some of the people from like the first rotation are still here. Just working more hours you would assume. But second shift consisted of like 400 or 500 more miners. So
Does it have like names and stuff on it?
yeah, it does. A shit ton of them.
While Shade's talking to him, I'm gonna try to take that. I'm gonna try to take the piece of paper and pocket it.
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Ooh. He noticed you fucking with his papers, and he's like, "Yeah, get out of my office. You don't need to be."
I'm gonna
fucking with
respond
this
saying
stuff."
that. Do we need to sign in or anything, or
No, you're just don't fucking ruin anything.
all right, yeah, we're just checking in, making sure that you guys, in case of emergency, you know we're here.
Yeah, whatever. Just do what you're supposed to and get out of my mind.
Would it
Then.
would it require a lot of power? I'm assuming it would require a lot of power to assemble a bomb of this size, right?
Yeah, your engineering check from earlier, you're like, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't necessarily take a lot of power if you didn't have to automate it, but if you weren't automating it, it would take a lot of bodies.
Well, not necessarily the bodies, but like the process of assembling it and like putting it all together. You would need a lot of energy to do that, because even if you had a lot of bodies, you would still need all of the like when I make my bombs for like my grenades, right? Like I still need a soldering iron to solder wires into place, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they would. It would take a lot of power.
can I go over to the the power station and see if there's like a console or something like that that would log the power usage over like the last month or however long it's been?
Yeah, you very well could.
So I'm going to do that. I guess like while they're in the office.
Engineering check. Yeah, it has a readout. Kind of crude, very basic. But it does not. It doesn't necessarily log like stuff. It just kind of like tells you. It doesn't log anything. Basically, it just tells you what the output and the input is right now. Kind of like a static, basically like a thermometer, basically. So you don't overload the system.
Would I think it would be high based on that?
Right now, no. It's very it looks like they have a lot more juice than what they need right now, but you're not sure how many. Like they have like 400 miners here in the mine, so you're not quite sure like if all of them like this. Basically, this system looks like it's designed that if everybody were to turn in their equipment at the same time, it could charge it all of them.
Okay.
But right now, like yeah, they definitely have a lot more juice than they need because there's only like 30 or 40 pieces of equipment.
Okay. Okay. I wouldn't know if that's normal or not, so never mind.
Anybody else? Before you head into the darkness. Well, not really the darkness. It's actually pretty well lit down here for being a cave.
Into
What-
the dark.
What else did you say was down here? Just as
Natural, basically like natural caves and shit.
No, I mean physically, like in this area, like man-made.
Man-made. Besides the power station, the office, and like a little like storage area where they have like all of the ore going into this like Rube Goldberg sort of like extraction pulley system that pulls out the ore back up to the entry shaft. And then there's just like a bunch of like miners in here. That's about it.
Can I just make a general perception check of the storage area to see if there's anything
Are
like
you?
hidden. Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Does anyone want to help me with that?
What are you looking for?
He's
Just-
looking for
just
things
anything out of the
unusualness.
I'll try, but I think I'm
Perception
good at it.
check, right?
Yeah.
Roll 10 or more. Let's do it.
Yeah, up to 3 people can help it.
I'm guessing 1, 2, 2 people.
Yeah, I guess like while he's doing that, I guess I just like walk around with the Geiger counter and see if it takes there or anything.
I'm just gonna walk around just to take some basic geology notes.
Here in this
Pretend to
shaft,
take some
I'll help
basic
him
geology
too.
notes while looking
I say,
around.
so here in this shaft, your Geiger counters don't, okay, so let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, no, you don't really, between the 4 of you, you don't really see anything out of the ordinary in the storage area. Sai, like, I mean, besides the fact that this looks like this cavern itself looks man-made because it's like perfectly like 50 feet in diameter and like 50 feet tall. It looks like basically like some sort of bomb went off in here and just like disintegrated everything. Like to your like basically it was what, but it's like this is like naturally made. Like it looks like water just wore away in like a perfect sphere for some reason.
When we were up at the hub, did the Geiger counters ever go off when we were next to the giant stack of bombs?
Yes, that's the thing.
Okay.
Here in this shaft, your Geiger counters aren't going off at all. Upstairs, they were going fucking nuts.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, they were going
Okay,
crazy.
we can actually sense the bombs. with them.
Especially if you went like close to the stockpile, they fucking spiked to the roof.
Yeah, I just wondered. Just wanted to make sure they would actually go off when we're
Yeah.
next to them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they fucking spiked to the roof.
Because you mentioned this was all made by water or whatever, can I look for like a drainage tunnel?
Yeah, go for it. If you spend enough, you want to spend time, or you just want to like click
I would be
the
looking
land?
for that drainage tunnel if I'm going. This looks like water had to come in here. Water. Had
I
to
mean,
leave
what would be
somehow.
the normal times? What would be to take 20 time for this?
Well, taking 20 and at any point in time is like an hour. But
Well, it's 20 times the length of the check. I'm saying it's like a 1 minute check, so it would be. That's what I'm asking. I'm curious.
Yeah, it'd be like like a 1 minute check.
It's
Could
like
I,
20 minutes to look around. I'd do that then.
can I, in conjunction with my perception, take a physical science check, trying to figure out how the geology will work for it to drain?
Yeah, go for it.
Sure.
Yeah.
You would assume like some underwater river fucking like fed into this as like sort of like a giant like lake, basically like an underwater lake. And since underwater lakes don't really have don't have to follow the same rules as they do above ground, this underwater lake was more like a giant like sphere of water that just sat here. So the water drained into this. How it drained out, you're not quite sure. You're assuming all the other caverns and random caves that are down that this tunnel's made out of is probably where all the water ended up draining to over time.
Okay.
Take you 20 minutes to 25. You're about 90% sure that the water, the dwarves didn't have to build a drainage ditch because like any amounts of like any remnants of what would have been the underground river and like this underground water source has somehow worked its way out of being under here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Out probably through what's the natural tunnels and caves that are forward into this cavern. So you guys descend into the mine?
Yes.
Do it.
Into the pit.
Which entrance looks like the most ominous?
There's only one way in, actually, out of here. You guys just go down this very long, twisty, basically looks like a river carved this out, cavern. It's not crazy. Nothing out of the ordinary. It doesn't look anything like the mines or the tunnels upstairs. The tunnels upstairs are very calculated, squared off, very well supported. You actually felt very safe up there, even though you were like miles underground, and you're always like, when you're like miles underground, you're always worried about a cave in. But like upstairs, like it was very calculated. It was very like methodical and engineered out. Like down here, it's very much wild, untamed, and natural. So walking in it, you're a little uneasy, but like the dwarves seem to be just fine with it.
Oh, I'd be just fine with it as well, because this like literally like you could have like a 9 .0 earthquake go off, and this area would be fine.
Yeah,
Literally in real life that would happen. Caves are like one of the best places to be in an earthquake, actually, because they're so fucking stable naturally. It's scary.
They've got tracks laid down to run carts back and forth full of ore. You guys hear the cutting of power tools and stuff like that on rock, and dwarves shouting back and forth, and there's always carts going up the track towards the storage area and coming down the other track going towards the storage area. Outside of that, there's really nothing out of the ordinary. How far in do you guys want to go? Because if you're looking at the map, this tunnel goes for this tunnel number 5, shaft 5 goes for a very long time. Something like a couple of miles, like maybe 5-10 miles.
Shaft 5 is the one that got blocked off at the end too, right?
No, shaft 6 is the one that got blocked off.
Shaft 6, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Shaft 5 is just dangerous because they say it's dangerous on the map legend, and some of the miners will say it's kind of dangerous down here is because they don't have a way to support this. Because the way you would support a mine is you would cut out a certain section, and then every certain feet you would put a support beam to make sure the wall is stable, the walls are stable, right? But you can't do that in a natural cave, because the wall's shape is all irregular and shit. So, and you can't really identify weak points in a natural cave system because you didn't dig it out, so you just have no idea.
There are very few weak points in a natural cave system, actually.
Yeah. So they say it's dangerous because any amount of work they down here just weakens the structure.
Kind of does, yeah.
So, but they
have geology.
Yeah, because they're changing the geology, which could lead to some unforeseen fucking circumstances of crazy shit happen.
Well, I mean, I'd say we should at least go some distance in so that we can have our Geiger counters out and see if we pick up anything.
Sent to do an inspection. I suspect we should probably inspect the whole thing just to make sure nothing's here.
I agree.
All right. As you guys peruse the tunnels, I'm gonna need your guide takes you through most of the areas. If you guys want to deviate from the plan, he's basically sticking to the tracks, and letting you guys kind of peek down the side tunnels and the side natural caverns and shit like that. Because this place spiderwebs pretty fucking crazy. Miners are all up in these side tunnels and stuff like that. But your guide basically guides you straight down the tracks. And he doesn't really deviate from that. So if you guys want to go into the side tunnels or anything like that, you can. Does anybody do that though? Question.
How tall
I
are
mean,
they?
we should all kind of go
Side
together,
tunnels?
Well, the side tunnels vary in height, like crazy.
Yeah, because I feel like me and Knight might not be able to fit down some of these tunnels.
Well, some of these tunnels, I'm not sure if we're looking for a place to store a bomb. Also, probably honestly, the two places that are most likely to meet up with other groups are this place because it's natural spider webbing, and shaft 6 because there's actually a place where they actually did cross. So if anywhere it's got one connect, for sure one potential connection in shaft 6, but in shaft 5, there could be a multitude of connections to other various camps.
In relation to shaft 6, where is what direction would it be in relation to shaft 5? On which side of the track? The spider webbing, I guess.
So shaft 6 and 5, high 5 at the top, but they split out at the bottom.
So they touch at the top and then go separate ways at the bottom?
Yeah.
But when you say they go separate ways, I'm assuming they're adjacent to each other, right? So if I'm going down shaft 5, would shaft 6 be on my right or my left?
Your left.
My left. Okay. Well, considering that I guess I'm the tiniest person here.
Some of the shafts 6-7 feet tall, but some of the little natural tunnels are short enough that dwarves have to crawl through them.
Oh, I'm really gonna hate making this decision.
Are you gonna be a rat in a tunnel?
Yeah, I'm thinking really hard about it, and I'm going like, what's the chance that he's gonna fuck me with a cave in, and what's the chance that it's actually in one of these tunnels? Oh man! All right, can we talk about this as
Yeah,
like a
go for
group
it.
in game? Like, what do you guys think? Do you think that we should investigate some of the tunnels that might connect Shaft 6 to Shaft 5?
It's
How big
probably
were
a
the
good idea.
bombs again? Like, in relation to like the dwarf size?
I mean,
Or
they're
caps.
the warheads are probably
Half the
about,
size of a dwarf?
yeah, they're about 2 feet long, about a foot in diameter. They weigh 2 bulk because they are shielded and heavy until they're ready to use, and then you kind of use them. But yeah, no, they're
Yeah, so at least take at least 2 dwarves to probably push them through the tunnels then.
yeah. It would take. I mean, to push the amount that you were thinking about, that they would have to hobble together to make a bomb the size that chief was talking about. It would have taken them months of just moving this stuff across the tunnels.
And this thing's only been going on for 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
But yeah, some of the smaller ones would be completely negligible. Like, only you would fit in because there would be no point, because the dwarves would have to crawl through it and then trying to push those through it as well.
Okay.
Get to too damn long.
Part of me wants to continue along the main path, but there's so many branches, they could meet up anywhere.
Yeah. My input is that we should continue on the main path. If we get even the slightest reading on the Geiger as we're going from one of the side tunnels, then we investigate it then, because you'd figure even slight radiation leaking is a potential for the stock to be there.
Yeah,
Yep.
considering how big the stock is, we could potentially once in a while just go down a tunnel for 20, 30 feet.
Yeah, and they'll have to quickly move the bomb onto something as well. They're trying
Yeah.
they want to do something with it.
So I'm thinking we once in a while just go down a side path for 20, 30 feet, see if we pick up anything, come back. It's really hard to say.
Then I'm gonna not do that, and I'm gonna say stick to the same path, and I'm gonna exhale deeply because I was starting to panic a little bit inside.
I don't want to be a rat in the tunnel. I don't want to be a rat in the tunnel.
Basically, looking around at all the normal sized people, going "Oh, fuck me."
No more leeches, mama. Okay, so you guys head down the main path, sweeping every so often down one of the side tunnels, as you guys are trying to look for these bombs.
And I'm marking off things and stuff like that on the map. This way, this doesn't look like the best place. No, you're not this one. You're not this one. Just when we've checked 20 feet down here, check 20 feet down there, sort of idea.
Yeah, you get to
narrow it down.
You get to the end of the shaft. You guys okay, here's the end. I mean, it's not really the end. Obviously, we could dig this out further, but for now, it's the end. And you guys kind of there's a bunch of branches off here to the left and right of the end of the tunnel here, or end of the shaft here, but it's pretty much definitively the end. You haven't found anything out of the ordinary. Other than, every so often, the dwarves, just, stop working when you guys walk by.
I say we explore the left branch.
I say we explore all of them, just because we can. It'll only take a few minutes with each.
All right.
Always
So
go
who's-
left in a maze.
Always go left in a maze. Who's going left?
Who has the Geiger counter?
Everyone has a Geiger
We all
counter.
have one.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
We should not split up the group, personally.
No, at most we should split up.
Party.
Yeah, I think at most we should. How many paths exactly are there, and how many of us are there?
All right, so there are 3 paths right, 2 paths left.
3 paths, right? So there's 5 paths in total then?
So everyone goes down all 5 paths. Perfect.
Well,
Yep.
no. I seriously think it should be
Splitting
Done
up
in-
is never a good idea.
yeah,
We don't know
done
what's
in
out there.
pairs, done in pairs at the least.
How far are we going down the shafts inside?
Just
He's only
like
check.
30,
All the way.
just like 30 feet into
30
the
to
side
50 feet.
chutes here.
A shaft that splits into more shafts, monk ass.
Yeah, it's a shaft that splits into more tunnels. Like these are just natural tunnels at the end
It's
here.
a fractal
But
shaft.
he said that this is the end of the shaft, but you're not quite sure because he's got like here at the end of the shaft, there's like tunnels that go left and right. So you're just like, I mean, I don't know. It's spider webs, right? Because it's just water. It was like water that made these caves. So you're just not quite sure how far these tunnels go down. Like, so who's going left? Who's going right? Who's going where? Like, what?
If
what's
we're
going on?
only going 100 feet in, then yeah, we can go and probably split into groups of 2 or whatever. But
Yeah,
I'm going
groups of
left.
2.
Yep, I'll go
Alright,
left.
okay, so Kai and Chief are going left 1. Who's going left 2?
Me.
Wait, I want to go with
Sparrow's good.
face. Excuse me, I want to go with
That's
face.
where you're going.
Oh,
That's where you're
perfect.
going. All right, so Sparrow and who else is going left 2? Fuck it, Thrax will go
Monk
left
ass.
2. Thrax will go left 2.
Don't put me and Knight together.
So
Both
Knight,
of them up.
Knight
I
and Sparrow are going left 2. So who's going right 1?
Band-Aid.
All right,
Band-Aid.
Band-Aid is going right 1. Who's going right 2?
I had to.
I guess Gene is going right too.
There's the only one left, so I guess I go that way as
Yeah.
well.
All right, and right 3 is left empty. Okay, sounds good. We split up into pairs. That's fine. It's safe-ish. Right. Now I'm going to roll.
I got big ass laser. I'm cool.
God damn it.
100% spooked.
Oh, okay.
Sweet lord.
Hey!
You did.
Hey, Sparrow and Knight
Of
need to make
course.
a fucking will save.
What?
Oh, I don't make.
Oh,
Feels bad, man.
Do our personal
Christ.
comms or do our personal comms
Fucking Christ.
just between each other?
Christ is Spanish.
Rip.
Christ is
six.
Spanish.
So before you
Right,
continue on,
Spanish.
No, they don't. They don't work if we're too far away because the rock is super dense around here. So
Does Wolf get his +2 at least?
he does not. Because as Sparrow and Knight are kind of walking and we're just kind of paying attention to our Geiger counters and we're just kind of looking out, we don't unfortunately see that the floor is actually an illusion
Oh no.
and we fall.
Oh yay!
Like
I love-
Deadfall?
Hey
Sparrow,
guys, you know what I like to do? I like to split up in a mine shaft.
Sparrow, you have exactly 1 chance to save yourself.
Oh. Okay.
Acrobatics or athletic. Take your
Fucking hell, I only have a +4.
take
I mean, a +4 is better than a -1.
hold it, choose your poison, and
Which is
just
higher?
roll.
Which is higher for you?
Acrobatics. Spook.
Can we help?
11.
How do you acrobatics a 500-foot fall?
Oh shit!
You have grappling hook.
Grappling hook!
Yeah.
Grappling hook!
That's true. I guess I would probably fumble for the grappling hook and throw it behind me if I can see whatever's up above me.
Do you have dark vision?
I have low light vision.
Okay, you would see. Make a reflex save. How far
Okay.
do you fall before you fumble for this fucking grappling?
Oh
There
shit!
you go.
Okay, you fall just far enough that you're like, oh shit, and you fumble for the grappling hook, and you can still see light above you behind you. Throw it
Yeah.
towards what you would assume was where you fell down from, which
I'm
was
just, yeah, I'm pulling at straws here.
Okay, so the grappling hook takes 50 feet to take purchase,
Oh, God damn it.
to which you now need to make me a fortitude save.
Yeah.
Oh my
Which I have
God.
a -1 in.
All right, everybody, press F in the chat for me, please, and give me a spinning top roll.
That's sad.
Got 2. That's half.
That's very sad.
Oh.
Feels sad, man.
But Sad isn't dead.
Okay, you don't
Sad
take
isn't
any
dead.
damage as your grappling hook as you're falling and you start to gain velocity. Your grappling hook takes purchase and instantly snaps the cable taut and stopping you instantly.
just
So
in
you
a
don't
sad
break
predicament.
anything. You don't break anything. And you didn't fall 500 feet to your death. Now we get to see if Knight is infected. Okay. So fuck. Let's see how far I fall before. Okay. All right. So Knight starts to fall, and he sees you fucking just like starts screaming in Spanish.
Screams in
fucking
Spanish.
throw the fucking grappling hook behind you, and he's like, oh shit, he starts fumbling for his grappling hook and just fucking straight up like hammer fists that shit into the fucking sidewall, and just horrible screeching, like melting fucking awful rock noises, and just scraping like nails on a chalkboard as he slides his 500-pound frame on this fucking grappling hook at almost terminal velocity. And his takes purchase and slows him down and stops him after about 30-40 feet. At which, okay, I don't take any damage either.
Holy crap.
So we are on our grappling hooks, precariously dangling over a bottomless empty pit below us.
Would
and
you
we are
say you're
50 feet
hanging by a
down.
moment here with you?
Yes. So Sparrow, you're 50 feet down a hole with no end in sight.
Great.
On a grappling hook that you may or may not actually have taken purchase.
I will use my comm unit to try to let the rest of the party know what
Would
has
we
gone
have just
on.
heard their screams outright?
Yes. Make a perception check
Perception
because
check.
you are in a cave and it gets kind of echoey. Everybody's gonna get a +2 to this. Okay.
Nah, fuck you guys. You're dead.
Bandit, you're with me. What's your-
Sai, with that +2, yeah. Face
I mean,
with a +2.
Necro said he
yeah.
gave me his character, but I don't actually have the sheet, so I can't roll it still.
you
Oh,
wanna roll
correct.
Bandit?
I have to go roll.
Yeah, roll Band-Aid. Roll for Band-Aid.
Fuck his goddamn. Fuck.
Oh boy.
Looking. Yeah, we straight up almost died. Great. Awesome. Cool.
You fail. One will save.
Yeah. I mean, it was a fucking illusion. My bad. You didn't disbelieve.
Feels bad.
Didn't believe hard enough.
You didn't disbelieve it.
If you'd believe just a little bit harder, it might
I
not
would have been
actually
like, you know what? That's fair. If I'd actually died. Just the dice ran against me.
So, does anyone hear anything at all?
Sai, you hear what you think is like rapid succession of Spanish. You're not quite sure like what the Spanish is, but it's very fast and it's very panicky. Face, you hear something quite the same. You've heard when Madani's been furious, but this is a different tone for you.
So how far have we gone into it? Into the
You guys
tunnels?
get like 40, 50 feet into your tunnel. Like, you guys get like 20, 30 feet into your tunnels when you hear this.
God damn it.
I like how I got a 5 and Silver gets a 6. We had to get that one.
You got to work in those nat ones, baby.
I'm gonna be like, what would be like the insight check for me to like be like, okay, I should turn around.
Sense motive.
Sense motive.
Yeah, can I sense
Somebody
motive as
is
well?
screaming.
Mm-hmm.
No,
you're
you
looking
hear
for a bomb.
you hear a very rapid succession of Spanish. You don't speak Spanish, so you have no idea what the fuck it is, but it is definitely a different tone than you've heard before.
Yes, I think it's fairly obvious that something's either been found or gone wrong.
All right,
thinking
so
the sense motive.
okay, so Shade, yeah, you're like, no idea. She could be pissed. She could have found a snake. I don't know what's going on over there. Face, you're like, yeah, something's definitely wrong.
That's Spider.
Something's actually wrong. Like this is like screaming mortal terror wrong.
Who's who's in the shaft with me?
She's also been extremely quiet.
Me?
Chief,
Entire day.
your crush, baby.
Oh, sweet Lord. I'm just so we're just like walking, right? And I'm just like, wait.
Two-headed bat spider. Yes.
Yeah, there's. I was gonna bring. She has like the whole thing of like, there's something wrong. You've got to go back to the island. No, we've got to go back. And
I'm just gonna trust you blindly.
I'd be like, I think Sparrow's in trouble. We got to go.
Sparrow, Knight's gonna look at you very calmly. Go. Okay. We need to get back to the surface. I don't think our comms are gonna work. So here's what's gonna happen, and he'll like slowly transfer his weight to one arm. I'm gonna help you onto your cable, and we're just gonna have to fucking climb. Okay?
We could probably wait for the rest. I don't want to push anything around.
I don't want to trust this hook with my life. I weigh 500 pounds. This hook weighs an ounce.
Can I look at his, like, is he dangling by a rope or anything?
No, I'm actually physically holding the hook.
Holding the hook, okay, into the wall.
Like it's dug into the wall. Like you can see that fucking it's either the hook is missing a tine, like the hook is missing one of the teeth, or that tooth is in the rock. And since he's still hanging there, you're assuming it's in the rock face.
Like, can I make like a perception check or anything just to tell whether like it's going to imminently break?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. 100% spooked.
You're not quite sure. You don't know what material these are made out of, so you're like, it looks like it's holding for now.
Okay. Shit.
By the way, like Knight doesn't even have his fucking like the cable attached to his fucking like grappler or anything, like the motor or anything. Like he's not like it's just holding the hook. He didn't have time to pull the rope out or anything. He's just fucking jammed that shit in the wall.
Oh my god. I guess I'd just say like I don't know if my hook is going to hold either. So I suggest we wait until at least one person is up there to at least hold on to it, and then we'll pull you up. And me.
He's like, okay, all right, just
5 more seconds.
All right.
Yeah, are we sprinting, Face? Are we like booking it?
We are definitely moving there in a very hurried fashion. Yes.
Okay.
Face.
Up, dog.
Chief, I need you to make me a wisdom save or a will save.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Bill's 12, man.
Oh my god, really?
Ooh,
oh no!
Actually a 14.
Bill's 14, man.
God. Can I can I hear them coming and like start yelling?
No, actually, we hear absolutely nothing.
What? How did they hear? What?
We hear absolutely nothing as we see
God.
Face and Chief walking over the hole.
Wait.
They walk
just
They walk straight over the hole, and then all of a sudden they just fall.
Okay.
Okay.
They were walking straight. They were just walking at fucking pace, and you're just like, oh shit! And then it's just like, woo! Here they come.
What the fucking shit?
Face, Chief. I'm gonna need you guys to make me either athletics check or an acrobatics check. Pray to God you actually roll well.
What's up?
Hey, okay. No one dies. How do I do this?
I am going to, as soon as I see that, I don't know if this is possible, but before anybody else kills themselves, I'm going to put a holographic image of myself with my hand out, pointing towards the entrance to the cave in like a stop fashion, just with my hand out, like stop.
Okay.
I mean, the obvious thing is the grappling hook, right?
Yes, the obvious thing is a grappling hook. How do you do this?
Well,
So, sorry, go ahead.
now go for it.
Oh, it's 400 plus 40 feet per level. You're level 2, so it's 4. Yeah, no, that's totally feasible. That's absolutely feasible. Yeah.
So where is this at the where
It would be where, well, you can't see past the hole, so it's at the top of the hole.
So we know where the hole is at least.
All right, so Face, Chief,
Up, dog.
you're gonna attempt to not kill yourselves.
Sick.
You made the rolls to do so. How do you do it?
If you wanna
So
go
we're in
first,
free
you can
fall?
go-
You're
Yeah.
in free fall.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. I guess I'm gonna. Okay, so I'm gonna use my grappling hook, and I'm gonna use my AI and the targeting computer within my AI to like basically look above me and do like a split-second calculation of like where the fuck should I throw this thing that it's gonna stick. well, and I won't have to worry about it.
Make a reflex save.
Your fucking
Okay.
tunnel's cursed.
Why the
Chief?
fuck?
Chief.
Am I dead?
I'm going to need you to make another reflex save so you don't bounce off me or Madani.
Oh god.
Okay. Chief falls perfectly between the two of us.
I'm dead.
Face, how do you do this?
I'm just gonna
Cool.
So I've dim light vision, right? So I can kind of see what's going on around me.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna I'm going to shoot out my grappling hook, and I'm going to binder the hook to myself.
Okay.
Does it give me a bonus to my reflex save?
Make a reflex.
Fuck. Feels bad, man.
Oh my god, we're all dead.
Make a reflex save so you don't bounce off me or Johnny.
Can you hold on to Mira Madani?
Holy shit. Madani or Knight could attempt to catch either one of them that is passing by us. Do you trust your hook, Madani?
No.
Hey, the face falls fast. Both of us.
But I'll try to catch her anyway.
Okay. If you want to catch her, I'm going to need you to make either an acrobatics or an athletics check.
Can I also roll an athletics check to
Sure.
help because I'm reaching out to grab?
Yes.
I got you, dog.
Monka S.
I hate you so much.
You just miss.
Just
Fuck it.
terrible
Thrax
rolls,
is
man.
actually going to try to catch the rat man that tries to fly by.
I like that
Another dead rat man.
I like that I rolled the 24 and you rolled the 10.
Chief,
I know, man.
make me an acrobatics or an athletics check to help me catch you. Okay, you help. Okay, with
Where the fuck
18,
is this roll?
I catch Chief, and my hook is
And
good.
face.
And
God
my
damn
hook
it.
is good. I can only catch one because I only have one free hand because I am holding on to the fucking hook. The other one.
What is this fucking game?
So I throw Chief over my shoulder, basically, and let him get his fucking position. Chief, you have two options. Situation. You could either, okay, as Face is falling past, because I rewinded to catch you. So Face is falling neatly between us. Madani misses catching her. You have two options here. You could either.
Oh man, you're gonna make me do this.
You could either attach your own hook to the wall or shoot your hook at Face and catch her.
Okay. I'm gonna go all out on this because I have to go to bed because I have to be at work in the morning. So if I
Right.
die here, it's fine.
Basically, everyone's gonna. I'm gonna see who catches who and who dies here, and we're gonna cut the scene.
Can
Go.
I
God.
can I dive off of Thrax,
Yes.
grab Face, and then basically retry my reflex to use my targeting computer to throw it up and latch onto the wall?
I will even let you make a ranged attack roll with that. So, go.
Oh my god.
Easy clap.
If you
Actually, I'd rather make a reflex.
no, you're gonna make the reflex save, and then you're gonna add your ranged attack modifier.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll athletics
Do I have to make an
help you
acrobatics
catch.
to grab her?
Yes. Face.
I'm gonna help.
Okay.
Look at that.
Oh, your boy!
You didn't help him, but your boy got
Yeah.
your boy caught you midair like it was his
Catch the
motherfucking like an eagle catching a fish out of midair on a dive. He fucking nabs you right around the
So
waist.
wait, it's like this?
Yes.
Oh, good lord.
So, Chief,
Yeah,
that reflex save. What's your ranged attack?
3.
Like in basic attacks, 3.
3.
Okay, so
11? No. Yeah, 11.
Can I reshoot?
Or help.
So that's an 11 total. Yes. Face, you could help your reflex.
I really can't.
You actually can't.
What is with our rolls? My god.
You guys plummet another 20 feet. So far you've fallen like 50,
50
Then-
feet. We're like down next to.
No, you fell past us because we fell 50 feet total, me and Madani. So you fell 50,
Okay.
then another 20, so you're at 70. Okay, have a couple more chances. Chief, make me another reflex save.
Attaboy.
Hey.
There
Attaboy.
it is.
Okay.
Now,
Can
Do
I
I get
add
the
my
help?
range
Now,
to it as well?
Yes, you can. Face.
20.
Are you
Oh.
going to trust him to hook you both into the wall, or are you going to attempt it yourself?
Can I? I will hold my hook action to see what happens when he hooks us.
Okay, he hooks you. I need you both to make a fortitude save.
That's my-
Fortitude.
My plus
Yes.
0. God fucking damn it!
Oh,
Face, you are unconscious as your head smashes into the wall at 50 miles an hour.
But what about me though?
You did not make the requirements. You take 10 damage.
Okay, so
So
And
what happens
remind
is,
me-
is you
so
guys
I
are
take-
falling and falling.
It goes
and
SP
falling.
first and then HP afterwards.
Yeah,
Okay.
SP first and then HP. So you fire, he fires the hook, whack, it
How
latches
does-
into the wall, and then all of a sudden, right? Because you guys are falling in the middle of the shaft, he latches it into the wall. You guys go from falling at about 50 miles an hour to 0 instantly, and then swing straight into the rock face.
okay. How does resolve points work?
You can spend resolve points to gain back your SP.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna do that immediately. I'm gonna spend a resolve point to get all of my SP back.
how much HP damage do you take though?
I took 3. I took 3 HP damage.
Oh shit, that's gonna
I
take
had-
a long time to heal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I saved my girl. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
So,
It does not. No.
well, it kind of does, Chief. What's your strength modifier?
My strength is -1.
Oh god.
So I can't hold her for that long, is what you're telling me, right?
No, you cannot.
Uh,
He is unconscious. Kai, how much do you weigh?
I don't know how much I weigh.
2 pounds.
she's an elf, so not that heavy.
130.
Right?
Bell.
I'm a half elf. 134.
And you have how much bulk of equipment on you?
1.
One total?
Yeah,
Okay.
just my armor.
So she weighs about roughly 140 pounds of dead weight right now.
Okay.
Held
So I
by
have to.
tiny rat.
So how long do I have? Like one action?
I don't know. Why don't you make me a strength?
Just straight strength.
Straight strength.
What could go wrong?
Yeah.
Hey!
Hey.
I
Through
am.
your sheer will and determination, you will be able to hold her until help arrive.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
be
fuck yeah.
And that's what will end the scene.
If I don't get a kiss out of this face, I swear to God, I'm gonna.
Now
kill
I
you.
have a fucking illusion up top that'll stop anybody else from walking off the edge like a dunce cap. God damn it.
All right, that's the game. Thanks for playing, gentlemen.
Where was
So
that
are we
before?
fighting next week? Or are we fighting this weekend? Or what's going on?
I haven't looked at my schedule yet. We will. That is to be determined. I would say we could play tomorrow because I'm also off tomorrow, but Critical Role's tomorrow, and I don't want to. I don't want to butt heads with that.
until like 8 o'clock tomorrow. So
I don't want to butt heads with that either because I actually want to watch that. So,
all right.
but anyway, there you
Thanks
go.
for-
Thanks for playing.
something like that.
that turned into an awesome session.
Oh man.
Both of them are going great to going garbage real quick.
Oh
Wait,
my
I'm
God.
really good. I'm really happy that I roll high to sense danger.
Like, okay, so I'm not even gonna lie. It was like a 17. It was a DC 17 to fuck-
So
To catch her.
It was a no. It was a
None of us
DC
should have been able to
17. It was a
make it on
DC 17.
average.
It's a DC 17 will save to disbelieve the illusion, so you could see the hole.
What the fuck did I roll? A 16?
You rolled a 14.
No, you said I got a +2.
No, you rolled a 12, and then I said you got the +2, which puts you at a 14 total. You were 3 short.
Oh, I rolled a 12. Okay.
Yeah, I've got a +5 to will, so
Yeah, I
like,
rolled 12.
statistically, I on average would have never seen it either.
Am I
Well,
the only
Even
one
if I hadn't
here?
rolled shit.
Yeah,
have
it
a
was a
+3.
17. You had a
I feel
+5.
like-
You had to roll a
Like me
12.
and Val have absolutely no fucking clue what's happening. Because
Well,
like we
so
both got like
after
fives.
that group fell, wouldn't we get another perception check technically?
You would. Yes, definitely. Shit, I'm not in roll 20 right now. So
Shake.
I'll go through next week.
no, because my roll 20 just crashed. So like I meant to actually be in there, just fucking like stop
Mhm.
working. So rough. If you guys want to make the rules now, we can.
What's the definition of unconscious?
So technically it's 0 HP.
Hey, I got 12.
Okay.
Plus 2 is 14.
Oh,
Okay,
20!
There we
Yeah,
go.
22. So you're pretty sure you heard a chittering rat man fall. And you heard Kai definitely scream some like very less than ladylike profanities.
Crimson Dwarf.
From like L2.
hmm
All right.
I
so
mean, at that hearing, he would just yell over to Heavy. Would you go back and see what's going on? He'd just start running.
Yeah, I would just immediately follow you.
because I'm guessing me and just Band-Aid. We're already heading back, but with that, I'm gonna roll again and
Band-Aid's heading back.
yes, Band-Aid. Would I hear it? Because I've already heard it once. Would I hear it again?
You'll
That
get a
roll.
+4 to this check, so yes, you would hear it.
All right, and then I'd be like, okay, I am going. We should maybe be careful because let's be a bit more careful. So, yeah, that's all I'm
Where
gonna
the
say.
fuck is? There he is. He's all the way at the bottom. Fucking Christ! It doesn't order them like I thought it would order them.
So well,
Well, he doesn't hear shit. He's like, oh, okay.
Like, you sure you heard something?
You heard it? You sure you heard that shit? Like, you
Yeah.
see it? Like, are you drinking again? Like,
No.
Maybe it's that little minor thing
Damn
where,
it.
like, the minor C things down here. Just hearing something.
Yeah. No, you guys are like, fuck, we gotta go. Pop out to the fucking like center mine shaft tunnel. It is dead quiet. And
Where's our dwarf
your-
friend?
Your guide is gone.
Fuck.
Shoot that bitch.
Fuck that bitch.
All right, there you go.
I have night
End of
vision
the
60 feet. Yay. Totally got
End of
it.
the session.
Night vision 60
Then
feet.
it's actually-
so what? That means I'm at 0-0 technically.
0-0 technically, yes.
Okay.
I mean, I could roll 7d6 and see if you survive.
I mean, either way, it'd still be 0-0, right?
No, it'd be 7d6. No, because in
Oh, yeah, instant-
Pathfinder,
yeah, I go over.
can kill you if you go to fucking negative HP. Because
Oh,
you're
really?
in Starfinder, you go to negative HP. Yes.
Oh, wow, that sucks. I'll just take 0-0. That's fine.
What is unconscious state versus just dead in Pathfinder?
Well, in Pathfinder, okay, so in Pathfinder, you go to negative HP. Equal if you go. So unconscious is
Double
you
your
are-
HP.
No, you're unconscious. You are unconscious if you are 0 or lower, right?
But not double
And-
your HP, like not your HP
Yeah,
lower.
but
your
you
max
can
lower.
only accrue negative HP equal to your Constitution score before you die. Period.
Score, though, so it should be at least
Score.
10, I'm assuming?
On average, it's 10, right? Unless you dump stat like Constitution to an 8, right?
Yeah.
So you actually do have penalties like for the dying state for taking an 8. I think in Starfinder it's actually different. I think you start bleeding out at 0 and you can be stabilized.
I think
Oh yeah, that's right. So
Negative
in
15. I remember something about negative 15 Pathfinder.
So in Starfinder, it's different. In Starfinder, when you hit 0-0, you're unconscious, or technically you're in the dying state. Then you, when it comes to your turn, right, you lose a resolve point. For every turn that you aren't stabilized, if you lose all of your resolve points, you die.
But you can spend 3 resolve.
But you can
to
spend 3
stabilize.
resolve points to auto stabilize yourself, which I'm assuming, Kai, you have 3 resolve points.
I have 6.
Quick
Yeah, you have
question.
6. So boom, you spend 3, and then boom, you're done. You don't have the choice to spend 3 either. It's either you have 3 and you spend them to auto stabilize, or you don't and you start bleeding out.
So you're guaranteed. So I'm guaranteed to spend 3. Basically.
Yeah,
Can
you're
I-
guaranteed to spend those 3 and stabilize.
Well, out of curiosity, what is your SP and HP, Reminkly?
12 SP, 16 HP.
I mean, wouldn't it be advantageous to have it roll? Because it, like, on average, you'd be conscious still if it was only 76.
42. I have a con of
That'd
10.
be max.
So
But I'm saying that's max, though. I'm saying average.
if
would
he rolled
only be
above,
half that.
if he rolled above a 38, a 38 or above, I would die.
/R, we'll throw in an extra d6 as you hit the fucking wall.
I mean, I'm just spitballing here, but yeah.
I mean, do you
Still
live?
28. I would be at -3 HP.
Holy shit.
Okay, so
Jay,
there you go.
did you hear that?
What?
There's like a fucking lightning storm going on outside.
There is?
Yeah. There was just some fucking like huge thunder that just went off. It was like.
So I'm at 1. So what? I'm at 1 HP with the resolve.
Holy
Keep
shit!
all my headphones off.
0. You're at 0.
I'm
Oh,
still
well,
at 0.
so-
Okay.
well
Yeah.
done.
Yeah,
Well.
so there you go. You're at 0. So unconscious. Boom.
I'm pretty sure there was
I rolled
a
it.
storm warning, actually.
Mm-hmm. Well, if I randomly just like disconnect, it's probably because I fucking.
Well, that's it. I mean, that's
Oh,
the
it went
session.
out. Oh, okay.
That was fun.
Feels bad.
It feels bad.
Yeah.
man.
Man, just save the waifu. Now let's see if we can save you.
Feels cliffhanger.
Yeah, feels cliffhanger, man. Literally.
This is for my
Yeah.
sanity.
No, we're,
Alright, I give up.
we're at a small risk of a thunderstorm, actually. Very small.
I like to point out my critical hit.
That is the greatest. That is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
We're only at a 3 out of 10 in Langley. I think Surrey should play like the same.
Wait, what's the greatest
Now
thing
that
you've
you're
ever seen?
unconscious, you're rolling great.
Face just rolled another
and
reflex.
that would have
save.
passed the DC check for the will too.
It rolled a 23 to the reflex save.
I crit the reflex. I rolled a 17 on fort, and I rolled a 15 on will, which would have been enough to see the illusion.
Yep.
Still dead.
Meanwhile, Madani still can't catch me.
Yeah, man.
I am curious. If we had to re-roll a character, would they be back at level 1?
No. I would let you reroll your character at whatever your previous
There we go.
died at.
Hey, Madani, you want to give me an athletics check to see if you can catch me again?
God damn it!
I rolled a 24 and you let me down.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, you literally let her slip through your fingers. That's what happens there.
I
It's
gave you like a nice firm
touch.
grip, and you just kind of watched me fall.
Yep.
Yeah, like I was like Butterfingers on like a perfect pass in fucking
She's
football.
she's an alpha, the -1 to come
I can't even like roll as low as you did on that. I don't think.
Yeah, I can't wait until level 5 when I can get like an average strength at least.
Look, Wolf, I keep rolling and my number keeps going up. Why was yours so low?
I'm trying. Bible swamp.
You know, if I didn't have like a plus 12 or whatever to sense motive or perception or whatever the fuck it was, I wouldn't have died.
Turns out putting all your points into one skill, not a good idea.
It turns out actually hearing your friends in danger is a bad thing.
It turns out being an operative has its advantages because I have skill points in pretty much everything. That is, except for medicine and shit like that. 'Cause it's between
Like legitimately
turns
me
out
being
being-
good at me being able to roll well to hear my friends in danger got me in trouble.
Hey, sometimes you shouldn't go headlong into danger.
Sometimes rolling the d6 equals Bible thump.
I mean, Madani could have holographic projected as she fell.
Yeah, had she thought of it beforehand.
Yeah, I didn't know the illusion still existed, so I was just like, oh, okay.
Or you just couldn't
Still
see
see
her.
a
Yeah.
hole in the
It's only
ground.
broken when it.
Yeah.
So it's basically well, yeah, it's individual per person. So like it's
Yeah.
broken for us, so we don't see it anymore.
Yeah, which is why I was like, oh, well, okay, they'll just see that there's a grappling hook sticking.
Right,
out of
yeah,
the
I expected it so
floor
we
or whatever.
would like run up and see a hole now, and we would have
Yeah.
stopped.
So
Yeah.
when we go up now, we'll see that. We'll stop. Then we'll have to make a will save.
Yeah,
That's why when I was that's why when you asked.
will save first to make sure we actually disbelieve the fact that it's an illusion of Madani, as well as then one to
even if you don't, like the fact that she
You're still
can't
gonna stop.
talk or whatever, like
Mhm.
she's just gonna like put her hands out, be like stop, and then she'll point at the ground and do like an X with her hands. Like it'll be fairly obvious. I can do anything that I want as long as it's visual.
Yeah, the only reason why
you can you see through your illusion though, right?
I can't, but I'm just gonna keep doing the same things over and over and over and over.
So
and
we're
over
gonna
again.
play charades.
But I'm
Yes.
saying if we
It'll be
roll
obvious,
stupid,
though.
we'll think it's you, and we'll just be like, "What the fuck?"
the
So
only
he's
reason
saying-
if we roll
He's,
really
he's
bad.
saying stop.
Stop?
We'll figure it out next
Even
time.
if you believe it's me,
Circle?
even if you believe
Okay,
it's
what's
me.
going on?
Stop and sit on that location. Okay.
Yes,
Sit
an
on
X
the
means sit. I mean, if your character's that retarded, then I
You
can't
said,
be blamed. if
make a
you
will
die.
save. You fall to your death.
And it wouldn't even be make a will
Yes.
save. Okay, you walk over there and you sit, you fall. Woo! You watch, and then it would be like you watch Silver Tongue disappear under the floor.
The only reason why I said we.
If
The
you were that
illusion is now
stupid, I don't think
officially
she'd
broken.
even bother catching you. She'd
The
just let
illusion is
you
now officially
die.
broken.
The only reason why I said we ran is that I assumed we would see the hole.
Yeah, I thought you guys would see it though, so I was like,
That's why I was like, yeah, we're just gonna run up. We're gonna see the hole. We're gonna like have to find a way to like pull you up, basically.
That's okay.
So let me get this straight. So 4 of you are in the hole out of 7 of us in total.
Yep.
All right. So there's still 3 of us who can deal with whoever comes to kill us, and
4 in the
rest of
hole
you.
and 4 outside.
Oh yeah, there's 4 in and 4 out.
How does medicine work, by the way?
What do you mean?
Like
be
the
trained in it.
medicine skill. I'm trained in medicine.
Yeah.
So like, does it work the same way in Pathfinder that like if we sit still long enough, I can treat serious wounds? Like I can like heal wounds if we're just like sitting in the dark.
Yeah.
Infinitely for like several hours, or do I need
Yeah.
supplies?
to do as well.
No, you'll need supplies. You'll need you'll need the toolkit for it. But
Okay,
like,
I don't have
if
the
you-
toolkit.
Yeah,
I
but
just
if you
have
had
the.
You had the toolkit for it, right? Like, yeah, it works exactly like it does in Pathfinder. Unfortunately, you're dangling from a hook where one of you is holding on to one of your hands is holding on to the fucking rope, and the other one is holding on to face.
On the bright side, if you survive, I have a med patch, so just leaving that out there.
Okay, well, he did say I'm going to hold her until whatever
Help
until
arrives.
help
You have
arrives.
the
So.
gumption to hold her until help arrives by sheer will alone.
How much of a dick move would be just pick the frag grenade and just toss it down the hole?
First of
I
all,
would
I'm
laugh.
wearing them on me, but like,
I would
don't be
laugh.
that guy.
I would laugh.
Don't be that guy.
As I
hilarious.
survive.
Don't you take this away from me. Don't you take this?
Hey,
I
great
have
way
my
to
woman
check
in my
for
arms.
illusion, right?
What happens if I cast overheat on the rope? Monk ass.
Because it's not rope, it's cable.
Cable.
It's steel fucking cable.
Yep.
Feels bad, man. No TPK.
I wasn't planning on TPKing us. I was just hoping one of us was gonna die.
I noticed.
I mean, you half got your way.
So basically, I've given Sakara the death boner now. After knocking Drakon out so many times, he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna kill them all.
No, this was planned. I scripted this 100%.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's 100% planned.
I like that I'm the one unconscious when on the way down I made all the high reflex rolls and like high athletics rolls, but no one else could actually do anything to catch me.
Hey, I caught the Rat Man, and I only had one arm free. I'm sorry.
Like
Listen.
it's like make an athletics roll to see if you're caught. I'll help. I rolled 24. Wolf rolled like a 6.
Wolf rolled a 6.
I did roll a 6, yep.
And it's
Feels
like
good, man.
all right, make a reflex save to help. I rolled like a 20 something, and it's like, oh, I rolled like a 9. It's like I hate everyone.
Face is just like getting let down by everyone.
It's like I'm doing so well, and nobody cares.
Like you could have saved yourself, and everybody trying to help you is actually just hindering you.
They are. They're actually preventing me from surviving. It's like, guys, you have one job.
Just make us fucking check. Let's make a check.
Welcome to surprise, motherfucker. Everyone might die.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise.
So also we're not in the dark. We all have flashlights. Shit. So
I mean, I
Well,
can.
it's well lit, like in the tunnel, so it's not like that's changed at all. And we're only 50 feet. Well, some of us are 70 feet in the hole, and like if you have low light vision, you can still see inside the hole.
Yeah.
No one can activate their flashlights right now because no one has hands free. I don't think, except me and Madani.
But having dim light vision, we can still see.
Yeah, you can still see.
I don't have. I have night vision.
right.
Infrared sensors of 60 feet, so that's decent.
But we're not in the hole, so what we're saying is it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, it doesn't make like
Yeah.
right now.
But
Yeah, right now
our
in the
dude's
shaft
not
is-
there. Our how could have made those freaking insight checks, of sense motive checks?
You never once asked him if he was going to betray you.
I was supposed to be the sense motive checks on him all the time, trying to feel him out, but it was just like,
No, I mean, like you asked him questions. He was genuine and not deceptive. Like out of all the questions you asked him.
yeah.
For all
You
we
never-
know, he ran to get help.
Yeah, he could have gone to
Just
get
go.
help.
Now, I will say that at least Kai would know if she were conscious that the guy does have like a very deep care for the Federation. So the odds of him betraying us are probably lower given that.
I'm still like my character's like, what the fuck? He's gone. I don't know.
The downside is none of you know that, but the unconscious person. So
yeah, I as a rule, I don't really trust most people.
All right, guys, I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, see you, man.
See ya.
So yep.
It's 2 a.m. Good
It
time
is.
to stop.
Feels good, man.
That's why you never got a wife. Seriously.
Real talk.
That's why you never got a wife, you piece of shit.